Good evening, everyone. Hope we are going all right. Hope we're going all right. Good game of footy this one. Looking forward to Brisbane and Collingwood. Ben thought I was smart, so I traded Mills 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he's been all right. He's been all right. Another ton today. I was a bit worried about him pre-game with the weather that was expected, but ended up being fairly dry. Like I know it was wet for a bit of the second quarter, but besides that, it was mostly clear. Like mostly didn't rain a huge amount, so I was a bit surprised at that. Sean Wennell, Fiorine last 2 weeks as a pod, can't complain. Yes, no, he's been a good pickup. Did he ton? I think tunned up today or another near ton. So he's good. Kevin Fife went Rowell over Smith. Chase the matchup didn't work, but Chammy Dud didn't count one of his tackles and gave free against. That wasn't him. Really? Okay, well that's disappointing. But as a non Rowell owner, I was very nervous after the first quarter. I thought he was on for like a 150, 160. But it went pretty quiet. I watched the other game, but it went pretty quiet after that. Took the VC off Grundy and put it on Rowell. Says John, need Nasai to go massive against North. Yeah, mate, yep. That's why I'm probably not up and about as what I was hoping I was going to be. Well, don't get it wrong. Glad I have Grundy for a 150, but I took the VC off of him and put it on Nick Dacos, funny enough. So we'll see what Nick can do tonight. I'm just hoping that he can get close. But yeah, it's disappointing when it happened to me last year as well. I took it off Flanders, and I can't remember who I put it on. I think I ended up getting a Gorn 149, so it didn't cost me very much at all. But it's the second time in 2 years I've taken the VC off on a Friday, put it onto someone else, and I've got punished with a 150. So, yeah, I don't know why I continue to make these decisions late in the week, but I was just worried about Laddams against Essendon. I thought, well, if they're up by a bit, do they just rest Grundy, keep him for the last few weeks of the season? Or does he just play a lot forward when he wasn't sub? I thought, well, are they just going to completely 50-50 split the ruck today because against the Bombers? But Grundy was just unbelievable. Does this stream the whole game? Unfortunately, Christine, we can't show the game on the stream because the stream will get taken down for copyright. So no, we just chat along, watch the game together. See our fantasy scores tick over. So if you want to stick around, feel free. Tim Ashworth, what do you think about the Crows win? Were you emotional? Bloody hell, I was emotional, mate. I was pretty bloody happy. It was a great game of footy, very stressful. I thought the Crows were deplorable in the first quarter. I thought Hawthorn were really good as well. I got really worried. That second quarter, though, the captain, Jordan Dawson, tell you what, I think that might be three votes for him last night. So I think he's still very much in the hunt for the brand. I think Dacos will still get it, but Jordan Dawson will certainly be in around the mark. So I think he'll get the 3 votes from last night. He was fantastic. Very good win. Very, very happy with the Crows. Any updates on McRae and McKercher roles? No, I tried following up with that, but I haven't heard anything about it, which I'm surprised. Yeah, I honestly thought that we'd probably hear something from it, but we haven't heard anything. So hopefully we can hear something about it. But yeah, apparently McRae is 50-50 chance to be the sub, and McKercher was training as a forward on the Thursday. So I've traded McKercher at this stage, but I'll probably be keeping a close eye on warm-ups. If he's training with the defender group, I might reverse the trade, but if not, then I'll keep it. A VC dash for 135. Kind of want to captain Nasai, says Ben. You don't take on a 135 though, Ben. So congrats on the 135 from Ash, but you take that. You take that one. Vince Keys, hey Bales, just joined. What's your tip for tonight? I've got Collingwood at the G, but wouldn't be shocked if Brisbane won. Because really, regardless of what happens, it'll be a positive for the Crows, right? If Brisbane win, Crows will be top by percentage tonight. If the Lions win, we'll be 6 points clear of Brisbane, which is it sort of gives us a better chance of top 2. So I'm not fussed who wins tonight. Just want a good game of footy. Kevin 5 Grundy equals Max. Max can't dominate an easy matchup, but Grundy can. Did I make the right choice choosing Rowell over Smith? I'll get Smith next week. I wouldn't say you made the wrong call. Wouldn't say you made the right call, right? It's sort of just like Caleb. It's sort of like you picked 2 really good players and you went Rowell, the richer matchup. So you probably made the right call based on the matchup, right? And the fact that Baz had those rumours, but apparently Chris Scott came out and said that was just a load of rubbish. That was just media trying to essentially just talk about Baz again. So Corey Blackledge, I went English as VC this week. Took Grundy, bronze over gold. Went Anderson instead, gold. No Gorn and Grundy going to kill me this week. Yeah, I took out Grundy in my game day squad as well. So that was fantastic. Have Marshall and Gorn, so that might cost me some points, and I'm doing quite well at the moment this year, so I'm hoping that it's not too bad. I sat behind you last night. You're so handsome, says Andrew. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Might reconsider McRae then, says DJ. Yeah, I wouldn't be trading him in. Bench Butters or McKercher for McCarthy? Oh, geez. That's a tricky one. Can you have a look at McKercher? Have you got defender mid, red dot that you can play after? I'd love to have a look. That's such a... I'd go with your gut on that one. Maybe have a look if McKercher's training with defenders. If he is, then play him and bench Butters. But I don't love benching either. I know it's a 91, so you've probably got to make the call, right? But it's tough. I don't know. If Butters is going to get a tag, then maybe him. But did you VC Grundy, says Spruce Moose? Nope. Took the VC off of him. I had him VC. In my captain's video, I said I had him VC. Last night, I said I had him VC. And then just had to think about it and thought, well, Laddams is there. If they split it, is he going to go 130, 140? I said probably not, but then he goes and has 39 touches. So, yeah. Trading Mills and Zach Reid were probably two dumb decisions for me. No, trading Mills is fine. Like he doesn't really hurt you per se. He scored a ton and a 90 odd, or back-to-back tons, sorry, but low ones. Don't really hurt you too much. The Zach Reid one would have hurt if you traded him like me on Anzac Day and he just kept pumping out 90s and making like another 200k essentially. So, Gersh, Bailey Dale, bro, really? Yeah, I know he's been very, very frustrating. That looks nice in the Crows at the top of the ladder, like that. Hope you enjoyed the Crows win, Bell, says Anthony. Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah, very, very good. Really enjoyed that last night. Great game of footy. So, actually, I didn't check the Essendon Sydney game. Is there any late updates? So, Grundy still had the 150. 30 non-disposed, if you don't mind, for a ruck. Goulden with a 114 as well. Mills obviously tunned up there. Good to see Warner get a 95. Henny got the low ton as well. Goulden 114 as well. Merritt got 76, so I traded him, so that's not too bad. I'm happy I traded the 76 when he got the Jordan tag. So, but yeah, about to get underway. Who have we got in tonight's game? So in this game here, I've got the Dacos brothers, Nick with the VC, and then I've got Josh Dunkley. So they're the three that I've got in this game tonight. So looking forward to seeing what they can do. Yeah, bloody hell. I'd be having a pretty good weekend. Like Whitfield 118, Mills 100, Bont 97, Dawson 125, Tom Green the really bad 167, but Grundy 150, Warner 95, Petraga 78. If I had that bloody VC on Grundy, I'd be having a really good weekend. I'd be looking like a decent shot to have a good score, but yep, unfortunately. Where was it? I got Nick Dacos, Rayner, and Dunkley, says Andrew. As a Hawks fan, Bales, Dawson, definitely 3 votes last night. He gathers the ball so well. Yeah, I agree. I think he probably was best on ground last night, so he was very, very good. Trade out Zorko, Rosie. I'd trade Zorko, Anthony. I'd trade Zorko with that ankle, with that foot. So hopefully getting in time. You've got a minute to go. I'd be trading Zorko. G'day, Bales. G'day, Legends in chat. G'day, Moon Boy. Hope you're going well, mate. Have you made your AFLW team yet? Yeah, Ben. Yeah, we'll go through our team reveals, me and Tom, this week coming up. So looking forward to that. Other VC on Nick Dacos as well, says Andrew. About to get underway. Can't wait for team news because my loops play for Carlton, says Caleb. Smash up likes. Hate not owning Grundy, Bales, says Moon Boy. Yes, do smash up likes, and yes, it'd be painful not owning Grundy. That's for sure. So about to get underway. Big game of footy this one. Bit of an early September preview, I reckon, from this one. Make sure you do smash a like on the video. Let's try and get 100, as we always try and do. But away we go. Neil is standing on Nick Dacos at the moment, so it doesn't look like an early tag per se. So we'll see what Brisbane try and do with Nick Dacos. If anything, there's Nick getting a disposal already with a kick. So good start to see Nick get a disposal in the early stages. Oh, not a great kick to Pendles from Schultz. So it's turned over. Brisbane going forward now. Hipwood Marks. I thought refreshing the scores would be refreshed, but didn't work already. And intercept by Perryman. So Dunkley's currently on Nick Dacos. So it looks like Dunkley's going to try and go with Nick, but it doesn't look like a hard tag. It just looks like Dunkley's trying to follow him around when he can. Good tackle from Mycheck there. And Nick takes the advantage. That's a great kick. Great kick to Hoskin Elliott. Hoskin Elliott line up for goal. So Nick's had a couple of kicks. That was a great kick from Nick. DJ got Smith, Myers, Kenny, Cameron, Petrarca, and Luke Jackson. The best forward. Who's the best forward I don't have? So Smith, Myers, Kenny, Cameron, Petrarca, Jackson. I think Petrarca can go. I don't know who would be the one you don't have. I don't know. You probably have the best one. Maybe, like, I wouldn't say Warner's a trade-in per se because like it just hasn't got it done too much. I'm just having a look here at the forwards. Who's the forward you don't have? Oh, Wilmot. Jeez, he nearly dropped that one there. Let me have a look. Forwards. So Smith, Jackson, Myers you've got. McRae we're not touching at the moment. Kenny you've got. I like Parker. Parker's playing this midfield role. I know he had a 48 a couple of weeks ago, but he's getting it done. Like Dan Kern keeps getting it done as well, but Cozzy's probably one I like. If you don't have him, he's got Dogs, Hawthorn, Collingwood. Don't really know if there's a necessary tag there, so maybe Cozzy. There's a bit of a point of difference, but you're essentially trading Petrarca to Cozzy. I don't know if that's what he's Nick Dacos again. This will be his third kick. There's another great kick. Schultz, great kick from Nick Dacos. That's what? 2 kicks already that he's hit up targets in the 50. Really good start for Nick Dacos. 3 kicks and all hit the target. So we'll take that start from Nick. Need a lot more of that tonight to catch up to that 150 from that I didn't get from Brody Grundy. He's just such a good player, isn't he? So good to watch. Delta Sinclair, easy move next week for me, says Ben. Some of the umpiring last night, Bales, was a joke. Yeah, I thought that Hawthorn got got away with a lot, but I think it was bad for both as well. I'm not saying it was bad for just Crows. It was bad for both, but there are a lot of non-50s paid. Non-50s that weren't paid for the Crows but were paid for Hawthorn. But then there are a couple of frees that paid for the Crows that weren't given to Hawthorn. So it was just a shambles, just in general. It's just all we ask for is consistency, and it's consistently shit. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing with these umpires, but yeah. Playing Mitch this week in my league, says Tim. Yep, I heard that on the Bull Boys show, mate. So good luck in that matchup. Tom Green also selling, says Gersh. Oh, Tom Green's, don't get me started. Do not get me started. I want to trade him, but I don't think I'll be able to because he's got such a good run coming up. I'm just going to have to hold. I think at this early stage, barring any sort of, I guess, injuries or carnage or anything like that, maybe Daniel and Petrarca to Jeremy Cameron and Brian Myers to get the Geelong duo. There's Dunkley with a kick. Chris, give the handball to... Oh, why would you not give the handball to Dacos there? There's a Steele side bottom with a mark. Thought Nick was free there, but they didn't pass to him. There's Lockie Neal with a handball. Gets another kick there as well. So he once got Lockie Neal as a pod. Went green to Rao, says Tim. Yep, great trade, mate. Great trade. I know Rao didn't go massive, but you take the ton and you take the points that you get this week for sure. You need to trade Tom Green, says Ben. Yeah, I think I have to, right? But he's got such a good match. He's got a good match. He's got North Melbourne next week. Like, I feel like I've got to just keep him for that one. But Dagos and Dunkley I've got, says Ben. Howdy Bales, good win last night. One of the best games this year, says Limits. Yeah, agreed, mate. Very, very happy with that win last night. Obviously, a few people earlier in the year, even that guy, that bloody idiot Sam McClure, again, I don't listen to anything he says anyway. I think he gets so much stuff wrong, and everyone knows he's a bit of a peanut. But saying, what did he say? That Crows still haven't beaten anyone. And I'm like, mate, have you watched the Crows all year? Like, we've lost some close games, yes, to top 8 teams, but we've beaten the Dogs, we've beaten Brisbane, we should have lost the Brisbane game, but still we won. Obviously, last night we beat Hawthorn. We've beaten some good teams. Like, it's probably, I think our ledger between top 8 teams or top 9 teams is almost like level. I think we're almost pretty much the same for both. There's Dunkley with a handball. Dunkley should have got it back there from Berry, but Berry kicks on non-preferred down the line to a contest. Probably not a smart decision. That'll be a free kick for Hipwood. Who does Dunkley match up at stoppage to rack up those tackles he has? He's probably on Dacos, so I don't think he'll actually rack up a lot of tackles tonight, to be honest. Because Dacos is such a hard player to tag as it is. There's McCluggage with a +6. Kicks to Fort. That's a mark. Fort's played on to Will Ashcroft. Will Ashcroft lining up for goal. Was a great win last night. Also, special shout out to Dan Curtin. Had him since round 13. He's been a very handy loop my full line, says Jaiden. Oh, mate, he's an absolute weapon. So good. Tim, thank you for the super chat, mate. Do you think I'll beat Mitch this weekend? I think you've got a good chance, mate. He had Tom Green. You had Jordan Dawson. You got some good uniques, so you're probably looking all right at the moment. We'll just have to find out who wins. Brought in Fiorani Whitfield this week, says Limits. Whitfield was good. I don't know what did Fiorani end up scoring? Not sure. Well, Josh Dacos is back on the ground. It was on the ground for the first time tonight, and he's taking a kick in, I believe. I saw him get kick in for Josh Dacos. We take that. That might be it. Is that a tackle for Nick? I don't know if that was a tackle for Nick or not. Big Granny VC as well this week so far, apart from Green. Says Limits. Yeah, mate. Well, nicely done. Yeah, the Rankin touch one was bad, says Ben. Yeah, it was. That was bad, right? That was one that probably shouldn't have been 50, right? But I guess the rule is you play to the umpire's whistle, right? So I guess that's what the rule is. But yeah, it wasn't a 50. It wasn't a mark. But there was one that Mitch Lewis. Here's Josh Dacos again. He'll get another kick here. He had Nick short, and he decided to go longer to Schultz. There was one when Gunson got a free kick. Mitch Lewis took the advantage. He kicked the point, and then the umpires brought it back. So it made up for it. There was one really bad call for each team in that respect, and the umpiring just in general was pretty bad all night. Here's Lockie Neal again. Lockie Neal's had a decent start, had a few touches. Thought Nick was going to get a disposal there, but nothing. Come on, Nick, get some tackles, man. Need you to bloody go. I really need you to go 130, 140 tonight to make up for that bloody awful decision of taking Grundy VC off. Need big gains from both Dacos brothers, says Moon Boy. Come on, Josh. Yeah, I hope so. Hope they can both score well. Looks like Josh has taken another kick in. Howdy, mate. At least I get Grundy's score. Small consolation, though, says Double Dummy. All right, Josh, you know what to do, mate. Play on. Yep. It's going to... Oh, no. Bad kick. Missed Houston. Jeez. How's Logan Morris alone in the goal square? Jeez. Bales, I have Dale and Teakle F6. I've got to upgrade Teakle right next week. Yeah, you do. Yep. Dale's got better matchups to come, so he's not a must trade. But yeah, you've got to upgrade Teakle with Big X back next week. Still have Ned Long this year. I've been smashed by forced trade, says DJ. Yep, it's been one of those years, I think. Crow smashed my Gold Coast a few weeks ago, says Moon Boy. And that is a goal for Logan Morris. So that's Brisbane's first. So back to all square again. Got Grundy captain in draft, says Corey. Yeah, I don't have Grundy in any drafts except for Slider, which I got knocked out of the Survivor Comp anyway, so it doesn't matter for anything for draft for Grundy for me, unfortunately. Bells, what are your top 3 worst trades this season? Trading Zach Reed out. 1. I don't know, well, not in order, but that's just 1. Paying up for Bont and Dacos when I did. Paying up for Dacos at 1.1, paying for Bont at 1.06 weren't the right calls. Yes, they were better. They've been great since the last sort of 5-6 weeks I've had them. But those guys would be there. And almost, I'd say Luke Parker as well. 48 on debut's not what you want. But trades in general this year, I haven't been too bad with trades this year. It's probably been the couple of times I've paid up for midfielders that I haven't gotten reward straight away. I've had to wait. Is that a mark to Logan Morris again? Yeah, another mark for Morris. 107 for Fiorani is what Limits and Double Down. So it's a good score if you brought him in. I want to bring in Dan Kern for Teakle next week, says Ben. We definitely could do worse, that's for sure. Just doing a few weeks playing him. Harry Thomas, do you have Nick VC? Yes, I do, Harry. Yep. Unfortunately, took the VC off of Grundy, so that was a really bad decision. I did it. What was it? Would have been last night or this morning. Just sitting there thinking about it, going, well, Dacos against Brisbane. They said on the coverage last night that Brisbane said they weren't going to tag him. At the MCG, big game. You know, Dacos always up for a big game. And then I thought, well, Grundy's got Laddams. It's going to be really wet. If Laddams isn't sub, they're probably going to go 50-50 split. But it didn't matter because Grundy just dominated anyway. So I think my process was right. I was trying to go for the more upside VC. And then I've got Nasai captain anyway. But yeah, just a bit disappointing. Collingwood to win, says Andrew. Oliver Grace, are we going to watch AFL, says Oliver. We are, but we're not able to show the game on YouTube, unfortunately. Sorry. Random also said, are we going to watch the game? No, I can't, unfortunately, put the game on the screen. The stream will get taken now for copyright. So it's just a watch along. So watch alongs are just where you pretty much someone's on the screen, chatting to the chat, interacting, watching the game together, and reacting to the game, I guess. So if you want to stick around, then feel free. So Nick hasn't touched the ball for a few minutes now, which is a bit disappointing. He had those 3 kicks early, but hasn't really done much since. Here's Josh again. That's his third touch. Gets the handball there. That'll be nothing. Tom Green was probably one of your worst. Oh, yes, so Ben, no, I'd take Luke Parker out. Tom Green. Tom Green in round 17. When I could have got Dunkley, which would have meant I would have had Noah Anderson this week instead of Tom Green, which would have been a 60-point upgrade. So, that was definitely one. Like again, he had great matchups. I liked his run coming up, but he has just been so shit this year. Okay, all well and good that his clearances and stuff are up, but he hasn't done much besides that. You got Nick Short, Quainey, you idiot. What are you not passing short to him for? And you go to a one-on-one contest and Brisbane win it. Good on you, Quainey, you idiot. What a stupid decision. What on earth would you not go to? And yeah, there you go. Brisbane lining up for goal. Sucked in, Quainey, you idiot. That's what you deserve for not taking the right option and going long to a one-on-one. Idiot. Seriously, why do players not take the short option when there's a guy on, particularly Nick Dacos, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go long to a contest because that's a better call. What a dumb decision. So Nick's been quiet now. He's now down to 9. Even his brother is above him now. So he had those 3 kicks, but hasn't done much since. Still got a lot of the quarter to go, but he'll have to come off for a break, you'd imagine, at some point. I know there are some quarters where he doesn't come off, but ball in. Well, we're halfway through the quarter. Up to 15 likes as well, so if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. I do wonder if this is going to be the stream where we don't hit the 100 likes, just because we are so late in the season. But if you are tuning in and can help us get to 100 likes again, our streak's been pretty much going the whole season. I think since round 2, we've had 100 likes in every stream. Here's Nick again. Gets a handball. Might get it back. Here's Josh. Gives a handball back to Nick. That was a trip from Dunkley. Oh, no, it's play on. So that might be a tackle for Dunkley and a handball for Nick. There's also a kick from Josh there as well. So we'll take that little passage of points there. All 3 of my players involved in it. So I thought he was going to get pinged holding the ball there, Nick. It was a good tackle from Dunkley. Don't know why the scores haven't refreshed on the screen, but I'm sure they will at some point. Nick should be on 13. Oh, here's Nick again. Nick with another handball. Now he's hurt his hand. Nick Dacos is holding his hand at the moment. Hopefully he's okay. Bales, any multis this week? I had Fiorini, Nando, Rowland, Humphrey, and a hit. I did on that game. Unfortunately, stupid Sam Flanders decided to be a spud again and just do shit. So I think it was on Bet365. I had $200 in bonus bets or whatever that I was able to use, that I had to use by Monday. And I thought, okay, we'll put $30 on disposal multis for the rest of the games of the weekend. Did one on for the Gold Coast game, and it was on track. Everyone hit, except for bloody Flanders, who had for 20 touches. I thought against Richmond, he should get 20 touches, but he had, 15? So, besides him, everyone else hit. But I did get one for the Sydney Essendon game. I think paid out $72, and it was a $30 bonus bet. So, I'll take that. Take that little one. So, we'll see what we can do tonight. We got one for the game tonight. I'll have to see how we're tracking at quarter time and everything. That is an awful handball from Quainer. Again, Quainer's disposal's been shit to start the game. AFLW preseason games have been good so far for information, says Corey. Yes, I know, and they're all available on replays as well, so I'll be watching a heap of those. I haven't been able to watch a heap so far this weekend, but I'll be going back and watching a fair few over the next week. And I'm sure me and Tom will do a pod at some point recapping those practice games. I'll probably watch the first half for a lot of the games. Probably won't watch all of them, probably the first half. But yeah, it'd be good to sit down and watch a few. Because I've made a couple of changes to my squad, just with some group chats I'm in from that. So there's Ned Long with a kick. I think Nick Douglas has just gone to the bench. Takes a lot for the umps to pay a free against Dacos, says Troy. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep, it is. Yep. What's your finals prediction, says Tim. I'm not sure. It's so hard at this point to be doing. I won't be able to do a finals prediction yet. There's a goal for Darcy Wilmot. So Brisbane's made a good start. 3-1. How has Dunks not got points that tackle on Dacos as Caleb? Because Dacos got the handball and it went to Josh. That's probably why. Normally, if they get a disposal when it goes to the teammate, then it's not a tackle. But will that Dunks tackle get paid on Dacos as has? I don't think so. Ashcroft giving Dacos a bar says, who was that said that there? Mark said that. Yeah, they've made a good start. So Nick's up to 15. Those 3 handballs. Josh Dacos up to 15 as well. They've had the exact same stat line, fun enough. 6 touches each, 3 kicks, 3 handballs each. But Nick said he hasn't been to the bench yet. So interesting. So Dunkley's on 7 yet. So Dunkley didn't get that tackle. I don't think he will either. So there you go. Unfortunately. What's your thoughts on Matt Kennedy or Sam Darcy to Curtin? I wouldn't be training either, Andrew. I think Dogs have got a good matchup next week, so I'd be holding both of those guys. Yeah, I'm assuming Nick's on the bench because Pendle's, DeGoey, and Ned Long are in the midfield, unless Nick is at half back, which I'd... Oh, no, there he is. Yeah, the goal square this time. And he's lining up for goal. So Nick's forward and lining up for goal. So this is interesting. Come on, Nick, put it through, mate. We need this one. Dunks on 7 says has. Yeah, not a great start for Dunks. Hopefully he can get going. Bells wasn't happy with Warper last night. He sputtered up hard. Yeah, he was, sub, unfortunately. I got Nick Dagos in round 16, and since then he's averaged 130 for me. That has been one of the only good picks I made this year, says Defenders Bro. Yeah, he was a good pick up round 16. That's when I originally wanted to pick him up, but I ended up getting him before that Freo game. Yes! There he is, Nick Dacos with a goal. Thank you very much. Is he going to go onto the bench now, or is he going to stay forward? Looks like he's going to stay forward. So this will be interesting. So moving around the ground. I'm surprised because he wasn't playing much forward last week and the few weeks before. But that's a cracking kick from, who was it? Lipinski. Great kick. Right into the advantage of Nick. Great kick on the lead. He's stat padding, so he won't go off, says Mark. I don't mind if he stat pads tonight. I want a big score from Nick. So, yep, up to 27 with that goal as well. So, good start for Dacos. He had that 5-6 minute patch in the middle of the quarter where he didn't get much, but now he's forward again. So, on Starcevic. Cats Crows, says Tim. Wouldn't mind if that was a Cats Crows, to be honest, Tim. Nick forward, Dunks on 7. He's stat padding, so he won't go off. Yes, thank God he's kicked that, says Defenders Broke. Here we go. Here's to go again. Nick Dagos out of the square again. Here he is again. Oh, DeGoey just didn't quite get enough of it on. There's Nick. Goes in board towards DeGoey. Well spoiled by Dunkley. Zorko handball. Dunkley with a kick. So Dacos up to 30. Hoping that DeGoey kick. Imagine if that DeGoey kick hit him on the lead. Dacos lining up for a second goal. There's Pendles. There's Josh Dacos, +6 coming up. So Josh Dacos had a pretty solid start as well. I don't know why Josh Dacos would be starting on the bench, but There you go. So he's going long. My check. No, couldn't quite take the mark there. There's Zorko. That'll be out of bounds. Trade out Zorko this week for the wank. Hopefully he does horrid this game, says Defenders Bro. Regardless of what he does, I think he made the right call with the injury for Zorko that he's going to be dealing with for the rest of the year, probably, with that Liz Frank injury in the foot. So up to 19 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do. Takes a couple of seconds. All you got to do is click the like, the thumbs up button on the video, the stream, and helps us out a whole bunch. And yeah, we've been going on 100 likes since round 2. So if you can help us reach 100 again, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Good spoil there from Darcy Moore. Now, also, for non-Crows fans, I want to get your thoughts. Should Josh Worrell be in the All-Australian team? Because I think he should be, but people are going to say I'm probably biased. But I feel like Josh Worrell should be in the All-Australian team. I think, what, is he number 1 or number 2 for intercept possessions this year? I don't know. I feel like he could be there, and I feel like Mark Keane would also potentially be in and around the squad. Maybe not the squad, but he'd have to be fairly close, you'd imagine. Don't know who got the kick there from Brisbane. And Charlie Eden's given a free kick away. What a bad free kick to give away. Ned for 15, Steele for 15, Will Ashcroft for 22. What's a pass mark for dunks tonight, Bale says has? Oh, you want a ton. Any midfielder, a pass mark's a ton. Anything under that, if they get in the 90s, you might be able to say tough matchup, maybe you take it. Like Collingwood's a tough matchup, but you'd think at the MCG, Dunkley should go well. So I guess we'll see, right? Vlossen has to be in, and do you think George A deserves a spot? Oh, Harry, Vlossen's got to be a lock, surely. Back pocket, he's been fantastic. He's number 1 or number 2 for intercept possessions in the whole AFL this year as well. And he's playing really well for, obviously, Richmond, who are in that rebuild. I think he's got to be in there. I'd be shocked if he wasn't, to be honest. But I guess we'll find out, right? Hopefully the points update this time. Yep, good, they have. So Nick hasn't gone on the bench just yet. Josh on 21. What have we got? So Dunkley's on 10. Yeah, Dunkley's up to 10. So no marks, no tackles yet for Dunks, which we know that he can get. He can rack those up. So hopefully he gets them very soon. Come on, Dunks, says Ben. I think he has a chance, but I would rather have someone like Lockie Ash in my opinion to defenders break. Yeah, Lockie Ash has got to be in there as well. But I think I want Worrell in there because he's that like third tall intercept defender. Because I don't really think many of the key defenders have been that great this year, right? You can't name too many. Like Sam Taylor's been great, but he was out for 6-7 weeks. So can he really get All Australian again, being out for that long? I don't know. McCluckage, that was funny. Had the ball behind his back. Don't know if has Nick gone to the bench now? Not sure if he's gone to the bench yet. He might have. No, it doesn't look like it just yet. I didn't see him on the bench there, so I think he's still on. No, missed the target, so Andrews will take the free kick. Haven't watched enough of the Crow. Oh, no, Dacos is on the bench. So he'll probably come back on in a minute or two, you'd imagine. Haven't watched enough of the Crows. Keane seems to make some pretty silly decisions, gives away frees a fair bit, though, says Troy. Oh, he has a couple of games, but he's normally pretty good. He's normally very good with that sort of stuff, to be honest. Who are your locks in AFLW? Haven't done any research yet. Locks. Probably don't have a defender lock. I think defense is probably the toughest line to deal with this year. Could be a Josh Dacos tackle. Midfield, I think Marinoff's a lock. I just can't see me not starting her, and I just don't know if he can not start her. Well, he can, but it's just, right, she's so much better than most other players in terms of the scoring. Just, I feel like you've got to have it. There's Josh Dacos with a kick. There's Zorko. Zorko with a kick there. It's a good kick. Good kick to Darcy. Henry Smith again. I think Bowers is a lock. She's so cheap. I think Prasparkas is a lock because she's so cheap. I think Centra and Zippy Fish have both got to be locks. Rucks, again, there's a lot of options you can go to. Forward line, I think Bonnie Toogood's a lock. I think Ange Standard's probably pretty close to a lock as well. Apparently she played midfield today. So, yep, has +4 day cost, +3 day cost. So I'm hoping that's the case. What about Marinos' mate? Yeah, as I said, Marinoff. Yep, I said Marinoff is probably a lock, to be honest. I'm not going to start without her. And I just think it is risky if you don't because she's so much better. It's not like the men's fantasy where there's a lot of players in and around the top few. It's Marinoff, and then there's, like, even last year, Marinoff was a 145 average. Next was a 112, which is Jazz Garner. So it's like a 33-point difference, right? Again, is it going to be that big this year? Like, you'd think Marinoff would maybe drop to a little bit, but yeah, she went 170 plus against 2 of her first 3 opponents this year. Like, her opponents this year coming up, she went 170 against them last year in 2 of them. So, yeah, Josh Dagos, that is not the Dunks variety. There are some good locks now in defence, BAILSDT, today's game so far, I feel. Garner and Gardner dominated. This is Corey. Who's the defensive locks, Corey? Who would you have there as your defensive locks? When's the AFLW team reveal? Bales has this week coming up. I'll be doing mine, and Tom will be doing his as well. Nick Dacos back on as well. 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Moonboy, it's the same as AFL Fantasy, says Mark. Ned Long got the handball away. There goes McCluggage again. Brisbane playing well. They're up by 20 points. They certainly had the better of Collingwood so far. Susan, the Super Chat goat, as we all like to refer to Susan as. Hi, Bales. Hope you're well. Had the VC on Gorn, but took it on with Grundy C. Very happy. Did you go Grundy? Well, nicely done there, Susan. Obviously made the right call there. No, unfortunately, I didn't. I took the VC off Grundy last night. Went for Nick Dacos, so it's been a good start by Nick with that goal as well. So we'll see what he can do from here. There's another tackle for Josh Dacos. So a couple of tackles for Josh. So Josh has started well as well. Josh might even be above Nick now. Yeah, Josh up to 32 with those 2 tackles. So good start for those 2. Just need dunks to get going. Tackle from Berry. As for me, it's Ellinger. She was a beast, and also Watson, I feel, and Thomas as well. Yeah, I heard that Serene Watson was really good. I've got Serene Watson in my team. I have had Ellinger in and out of my team there, so we'll see if I pick her. Charlie Thomas is also a very good option as well. So, yeah, they're all in and amongst the team that I'm looking at. Good spoil from Dunkley, but nothing for fantasy or anything with that one. No, Susan, he's taking Dacos 200 tonight, says Has. Oh, I'd love if that was the case, but against Brisbane, I'm not sure he's going to go that big, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure what was the free kick for Charlie Cameron? I don't know what that free kick was for. It looked like a spoil went out of bounds, so I'm not sure. But anyway, I had the vice on Gorn, decided to keep the captain on Grundy. Now let's just hope that the Wayne goes insane, but not that insane. I need him to match. I need him or Dacos to get close to Grundy. If Dacos gets a 120, I'll probably take it. I'll just bank the points, but it'd be great if he just went, did his thing and went 130 plus, or go sub 110, so I don't have I can just go with Naz tomorrow. Don't know who's taking the kick in. No, Maynard's taking the kick in. Come on, Maynard, mate. We don't want you taking kick ins. We don't have you in fantasy, mate. Give him to Josh. There's Dunkley. Nothing for Dunkley there either. Don't think that'll be a tackle for Dunks. Hopefully play as wanted Goran, but she was emergency practice game. She played halfback VFL last night, 27 touches defender. Hopefully plays round 1. I don't know if I could pick her because that'll be a tackle. That will be a tackle for Dunkley. So we'll take those points. Good to see Dunkley get a tackle at least. Free kick for Collingwood. Nick could be on here. Nick short. No. Drop the ball. No, he's not going to go short. He's going to go deep. No, out of bounds. Collingwood players always have the worst body language whenever the umpires aren't favouring them, says Mark. I feel like that's everyone, to be honest. If it's not going their way, they are like that, but not a bad point. Corey, said it before. Do you go Anderson, Loop, or Nasiah? What do you mean? Have you got Anderson VC, Tim? Is that what you're talking about? Because I think Anderson went over 120, if I'm not mistaken. Good mark from my check. Is that a goal? No, miss. Zorko, another kick in. Yeah, Tim, if you've got Anderson VC, I'd probably take it. He went like 120 something, I'm pretty sure. So I'd probably take that. Short to Will Ashcroft. Will Ashcroft's had a good start. He's top scoring for the game, actually. I don't know if that 35's counting the +6 he just got there, or if it's not, but 43 seconds to go. Yeah, Vice. Yeah, Tim, I'd probably take it. I'd bank the 120. What, 123, 126 or something that he got? I'd be banking that, I reckon. So there's Dunkley with a handball. Darcy Moore tried to give it to Nick Dacos, but didn't get there in the end. Charlie Dean, that is a shit handball. When you had Josh Dacos there, then you could have given it to him, and you decide to handball into traffic, you spud. I don't know why he's playing. He is not good enough for Collingwood's team at all. Four seconds to go. That was just such a crap decision. 123 from Anderson, says Moonboy. Yeah, I'd be banking that. What is that handball from Charlie Dean? He's got Josh Dacos out to his right. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to handball into traffic and give it straight back to Brisbane. Such a dumb decision. I wonder if that'd be a tackle for Nick right on the siren. I hope so, but probably not. Frampton should be back over Dean, says Corey. I don't know if Frampton's injured or not, but yeah, he shouldn't be in the team. He's not good enough. He's a guy that can come in and play a role, but not against Brisbane. Not against Brisbane. All right, let's go through the scores. I'm fingers crossed that Nick gets that late tackle, but I don't think he will. So yeah, what do we got? We got Will Ashcroft is on 38. Very good start from him. Logan Morris, 34. Josh Dacos, 32. Good start for him. Couple of tackles is nice to boost that score. Schultz, 30. Nick Dacos on 30 with that goal as well. Just the one mark and no tackles for Nick, but he had that goal, so that's nice. McCluggage, 27. Wilmot, Neal on 25 each. Darcy Cameron, 17. Dunkley's only on 16, so quiet start for Dunks. Got that tackle, which was nice, but yeah, need him to lift. Zork on 14. I believe those 3 kicks are all from kick-ins, so he's been a bit quiet to start the game as well. Ned Long, 11. I brought him in draft because I had Laird, and obviously he was out, so I needed someone to cover, so Ned Long, not a good start. I believe I was on 6. Pennell's on 5. Geez, I had him for 20 touches in my multi tonight. Really hoping that's not going to come back to bite me. Thought he'd actually have a good game. Houston's had 1 disposal. Yeah, it looks like Collingwood haven't really touched the ball much. A lot of their players are at the bottom, and a lot of Brisbane's are at the top. Besides the Dacos brothers and Schultz, yeah, it's all Brisbane, so I guess we'll see. But good start for the Dacos brothers. Need Dunks to lift. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I do want to see how that multi is going. Just to remember what I did. Do you have Lockie Ash in your team to defenders, bro? Unfortunately, I do not. So I wasn't able to enjoy that one. Let's have a look. So yeah, so I got Nick for 30. He's had 8. I got Josh for 25. He's had 8. Lockie Neal for 25. He's had 10. Dunkley for 20. He's had 5. McCluggage for 20. He's had 9. Will Ashcroft for 20. He's had 9. And Pendles for 20. He's had 2. So everything is actually on track except for Pendles. The $30 bonus bet will get me back $112. So that'd be nice. Trade Long this week. What's Long on? Not much, Moon Boy. What is he on? Where is he? 11. So yeah, not much. Not much at all. What do we got here? Cool. I caught up on all the chat. If you haven't smashed like on yet, please do. We're on 23, so we're trying to get to 100. Not sure if we will tonight. The streak might be done just because there's not as many people tuning in at this late point in the year. Most people have checked out. A few people are still around, which is good to see. So appreciate everyone that's still tuning in this late into the year. Good trade then. Thanks, Basil. Good Moon Boy. Happy to help, mate. But yeah, if you haven't liked it, please do. Just if I'd just gone left the VC on Grundy, I'd be pretty relaxed right now. I'd be like, yeah, cool. Just want good scores from players. But because I didn't have Grundy VC, now I'm almost going like, well, I need now my VC to go massive to make up for it. And I went against my own bloody top 5. I had bloody Grundy at number 4. I went against him. Went for Dacos, who was like number 7 or number 8 or something like that. Probably shouldn't have done it, but oh well, is what it is. This year's been pretty shit anyway. I've got Whitfield Nash. Love watching it when they just continuously kick it to each other and get +6 as defenders, bro. Yep. Ash is someone I want to bring into my team before the end of the year. I'd really like to own him and have him there. So. What's the line bells for Dacos? Says Ben. I feel like this might be a week where it's 120 just because of Nasai tomorrow, but I don't want to get greedy. I guess we'll see what Nick gets to by the end of the game, right? I'm just hoping he goes 130 and I don't have to think about it. But there is a chance that if he just puts up a 110, I'll have to think about it. The other thing I got to remember as well is every week this year I've had my captain go 100+. So I don't want to start now by taking on big scores and then all of a sudden not getting a good score as my captain. So I'll have to see. Figsy, all right, McRae, I'll Dan you out. I want to trade Daniel, but scared of McRae because of sub. Well, Figsy, you can make that call tomorrow, right? If McRae's not the sub, maybe you keep McRae, trade Daniel. But if McRae's sub, you trade him because they're playing the same game, right? So you'll be able to have a look. So I'll just wait till tomorrow, Figsy. I got Whit Nash, Nassan, Sinclair, Rowland Anderson, Nick and Josh, says Moonboy. Well, it's not bad. You like when you got the combos because they can give it to each other. Nice love life, Moonboy, says defenders, bro. You would when you got those combos in there, that's for sure. Any late adjustments or anything like that? I was partly hoping that they might maybe sneak that Nick Dacos late tackle to him because he grabbed Cameron and then the siren went, but doesn't look like they're going to give him the tackle. Alrighty, well, good thing is Brisbane in front, so it's like they're not going to, I guess, change the tag or any plans they've got because they're like, well, we're leading. So TQF1 says Ben Hayes. I like Train, says Belinda Goodwin. Well, there you go. Yeah, Train's pretty cool. That'll be a free kick for Dunkley against DeGoey. No, it's not advantage. Don't take advantage, Zorko. And don't get the handball off Dunkley. Kick it. Yep, Dunkley with the hand. So he's up to 20. It's good that he got the free kick straight up. Good mark by Darcy Cameron. He is so good at doing that. Him and Max Gawn, I think, are the two best at getting back into defence and taking those intercept marks. He's going to be unlucky, I think, to miss All-Australian if he does, just because of the fact that Grundy and Gawn, I think, will be the guys that will get it. I go for Hawks, says Belinda. I'm sad about last night. Yeah, sorry, Belinda. I'm pretty happy, obviously, as a Crows fan from the game last night, but I think the thing that sucks is there's Dusty Cameron. Oh, he dropped it. The thing that sucks last night was Will Day out for the year. That's the thing that sucks, unfortunately. Yeah, Will Day. Yeah, as you say there, Corey. Do you think I'll drop out of the hundreds? Says Tim. Tim, I'm not sure. I appreciate the super chat there. I don't know what the top 100 is looking like. To be honest, I haven't been looking at the top 100 because I'm not in it. So there's Josh Dacos with a kick. Jeez, I thought he was going to go to his brother then. And he sort of ignored him and went to Will Hoskin-Elliott. I don't know why he'd go there out of all. Oh, you got Nick Short. Yes. Mark to Nick Dacos. Second mark of the night, but first little short +6. Gives it to Pendles. So Pendles +6 coming up. As long as Pendles can get to 20 touches, I'll be fairly happy with that. There's the Goey with the soccer. No, didn't get much on it. There's Dunks with a handball. It's probably going to get it back here, Dunks. So Dunks got a handball there again. So Dunks had a good start to the quarter. Not a great kick. Hoskin nearly marked that there. I think McStay had bloody Nick Dacos for a handball if he didn't get tackled. Come on, Dunks is banned. The Collingwood game style stat paying Nick Douglas has really hurt Houston's game this year, in danger of being dropped, says Mark. What are the scores, says Belinda? Unfortunately, they've just taken the scores away because they're showing a replay. I'll tell you in like 2 seconds. Collingwood on 14, Brisbane 34. So Brisbane have certainly had the better start of the two teams. 5 goals 4 to 2 goals 2. So, but we know Collingwood can get going at any point. So I'm certainly not counting them out just yet. Bales, what are your 3 learnings in this year AFL Fantasy you can work on in the women's fantasy? I think they're so different games, Ben, that I don't think there's really any learnings I can take from one to the other. I think they're just so different. If you're talking about learnings taking the next year, I think I cannot pay up for any person in the first half of the year. You just can't do it. That'll be a tackle for Nick Dacos. That's good. Take that. I can't pay up for anyone first half of the year in men's fantasy. Just can't do it. Because anytime you do it, it's got more likely to backfire than actually pay off. I don't know if that'll be a tackle for Nick again, but I know he got one. That's probably the main learning there. Naz worked paying up for those, says Corey. I didn't pay up for him, though. I brought him in round 3, and I spent about just under $1 million or around that $1 million mark. So I think I was paying a fair price for him. So it wasn't like paying up. Like, I paid up for Nick Dacos at 110. I paid up for Bont at like 108, 109. It's more meaning about don't pay up for those guys that are so expensive at that point. Like, you can pay for a guy that's about 100, something around there, but not those guys that are that more expensive. Looks like Bruce Revell's he's got the jumper off. What's this about? Someone's injured. It's not Zorko, is it? Just because I know Zorko's got that foot injury, but Bruce Revell's got the top off and looks like he's on the phone. So I don't know if that's an early sub that Brisbane are making. There's a good mark from Elliott there. That will be interesting. Leicester concussion. Okay, yeah. So good that Zorko's okay. I thought for a second that Zorko was injured. I was going to say, well, that'll hurt a few. Does anyone watch the AFL doses, Belinda? Yeah, fair few people actually, Belinda. Yep, I do. Number of people that tune in here do as well. So I do recommend it, definitely. So just refresh these scores as well. Elliott, he hasn't made distance. Jeez, McStay's marked it. Oh, Nick's up to 40 as well. Josh Dacos up to 35. Dunkley's up to 24. So Dunkley's had a good start to the quarter. Nick's played pretty well so far this quarter. And Josh has got a few points as well. No, why couldn't it be Zorko, said defenders broke. Mate, no. You don't do that. Don't do that. If you start wishing for injuries, that's when bad karma comes around to bite you. So I'll just say don't do that. Hey, Bale, should I take Whifford's 118 or Rollinton Asaya? I would probably take it, Kyle, to be honest. 118's a good score. Like, I know Nasai's putting up 145s 3 of his last 4, but is he really going to keep putting up 140s every week? Maybe the next few he might, to be honest, because some good matchups, right? But I wouldn't, personally. I would take the 118. Because even if Nasai goes 140, right, you lose 20 points. But if something happened, any injury early, you could lose a lot. So you got more chance of losing points than gaining points, I would say. So I would bank the 118. Dunkley's on the bench again. Very early bench stint for Dunkley. Normally comes off about halfway through the quarter, but that's okay. If he's not on Dacos, I don't mind. Here's Nick. Nick got the handball there. Might get it back. He will. He didn't get it back though. Good tackle from Pendles. Good spin from side bottom there. Collingwood starting to work their way into the game. That'll be a free kick for Elliott. Or Membry. Membry free kick. Dunk's only one tackle. What's going on, says Has. He's had a lot of chances. Had a couple of tackles that have been unlucky where he's tackled them and the guy's got rid of it to a teammate. Hey, mate, how have you been? Are you going to make AFLW content this year? I hope you're going exceptions. Hope you're going well. We released our first pod earlier last week. Me and Tom just previewing a few things, and then we'll be doing our team reveals next week. Probably have have a bit of a practice game recap as well. Maybe we'll do the practice game recap tomorrow, then some team reveals later in the week. Potentially, I'll have to talk to Tom about it. But that's what we'll look at doing. There's another goal for Collingwood. Membry goals, so back-to-back goals for the Pies. But yes, exceptions. But mate, I hope you're going well as well. But yes, we will be doing AFLW content all season. So I think is Nick back to top scorer for the game again? Yep, up to 42. Only 10 touches, so he's got room to really get going and get that score up. Hopefully he can just keep getting these marks, getting these tackles. Because really those marks and tackles is what gets you those ceiling scores, obviously, as we know. So, sweet, didn't even see that. I'll be tuning into that. See exceptions. All good, mate. Yep. Released on Tuesday. Tuesday's when we put that out. So, yeah, probably do the practice game or recap or a team reveal on Monday, I reckon. There's Nick. Got the handball there. Here, Collingwood is starting to roll a little bit now. Here's Pendles. Got the handball away just. Jeez, that's not a great handball. Jeez, he had Nick Dacos as well free in the middle. There's Zorko with a handball. There's a tackle for Josh Dacos. That is hold. How is it's holding the ball? Yeah, thank you. Good. Josh Dacos. Good. Well done. Well done, Dacos. Third tackle as well. That's really good sign that he's tackling. I don't think he's had a CBA yet, though, but come on, Josh. Look for your brother. Where's your brother? Is your brother offering a short lead? No, they go into the pocket. There's Zorko. Lipinski with a handball. My check. Oh, they got Elliot. Elliot's got you got Nick. You got Nick. Josh, you've got Nick. Oh, Josh got the kick, but he should have gone to his brother. Why? Kicked it straight to Andrews. What are you doing? All he had to do was a little short square up. There's a Zorko +6. All he had to do was a short little square up to his brother, and it was fine. Seriously. That tag was similar, like Josh Dacos was in the Gold Coast game, wasn't holding the ball, says Corey. And that's what I mean, right? It's the consistency of umpiring that pisses us all off, right? There's one interpretation in one game is different to another. It's, very, very frustrating. But I feel like that's holding the ball because Rayner had so long to get rid of it and he barely got rid of it. And I felt they should be free kicks. There's another +6 for Zorko. So Zorko, a couple of +6s in a row. Brisbane, a few kicks up towards the forward line. Mana's got to turn around. That was going to be a free kick. How is that not a free kick? Jeez, that's very surprising. Makers umpires have different views because there's 4 of them. Yeah, I know, but still, Ben, it's just the inconsistency from week to week. I understand what Corey's saying. Snagged the Grundy VC today. I'm happy, says exceptions. I'm not because I took it off of Grundy last night to Nick Dacos. So I'm hoping that Nick continues what he's doing and keeps going well. He's had a good start. Obviously, he's second top scorer to his brother in the game, so 44 and 46. So it's good to have both those guys in the team. And Dunkley's had a better quarter as well. So as long as those 3 boys can keep it going, and hopefully Nick can keep it going as well. Fellas, says Stu. How you going, Stu? Hope you're going well. How's your team going this rank? So obviously, I know you're right up the rankings. There's another goal for Henry Smith. So Brisbane take it back out to 16 points. You took it off the ruck pig, says exceptions. Yeah, because I saw the Eston game was wet. Laddams wasn't the sub. So I thought, well, like Laddams is probably going to ruck a fair bit. Grundy might rest forward just because the Bombers, and they probably don't want to tire him out for the last month of the year. So I just thought there wasn't really going to... That ceiling was just capped. Bloody Laddams. Why? Well, I don't know why Sydney brought him in the wet. Why would you not bring in a smaller forward or a medium-sized forward instead? I don't know who that would have been, but should have brought in a better player than Laddams. And I would have left it on Grundy. I just didn't know if there was going to be the ceiling there, but... Oh, it is what it is, unfortunately. Hopefully Nick can just get a solid score and I can take that captain score and maybe lose a few points, but not hopefully too many. So I think either Nick's off the ground or Nick's gone forward. There's a kick for Dunkley. Dunkley with another kick as well. So a couple of kicks for Dunkley. Dunkley's starting to get going, particularly in this quarter. Perryman, that's an awful fumble. And I don't know how Henry Smith hasn't been brought off for the blood roll. His arm was just like dripping with blood before. I don't understand how that hasn't been called. And took off Gold, Grundy, game day squad. Went bronze instead. Oh, at least you had him though. I didn't have him at all. There's a handball for Dunkley. I didn't start Grundy this week because I thought Marshall versus Teakle and Gawn against West Coast was the better matchups, which is unfortunate. But I always thought Grundy would put numbers up like this when Dean Cox was their new coach. Just came at the second half of the year, so the exceptions. Oh, he's been fantastic. For me, he's the All-Australian ruck. For me. I know Gawn's had a good year. Maybe you put both in, you put one on the bench. But for me, it's Grundy for me. I think Nick is on the bench because, Nick is on the bench. So what's Dunkley up to now? Okay, they've either not adjusted, either this hasn't refreshed or Dunkley's missing 2 kicks and a handball. He's missing at least 3 disposals. So I'm going to refresh just to make sure, but he's definitely missing some points. It's buried and holding his head. Let's refresh these scores. How have that? I don't understand. I really don't. And people wonder why we all get pissed off with champion data. How hard is it to keep track of stats? I can clearly see Dunkley got 2 kicks in there, and he got a handball. And here's a +6 for Dunkley here as well. So Dunkley's on like near 40 points. So this has been a great quarter from Dunkley after a quiet first quarter. But they have missed so many points for Dunkley at the moment. There's Pendles with a handball. Okay, but I think it's going to be a big weekend. If McRae is sub, it will help, says Stu. How good was Dawson's second quarter? Must be fast becoming Bale's favourite player, says me boy. Oh, it's still Laddie, but Dawson's always been number 2 at the Crows for me. It's been like 1A, 1B. Dawson's he's so good. Such a great captain as well. Let's have a look. So Dunk finally got Dunkley's points up to 38. So he's like already caught up to all these guys. He's already had his bench stint this quarter as well. So this is a big quarter for Dunkley. What's he had? 22 points already. And we're only just past halfway point. Hoping this is a goal from DeGoey. That will be a goal. Yep, goal for DeGoey. That'll bring Nick back on as well, which is good. So got half a quarter to go. Is this a joke? Where Dunk's points? They've been added, Ben. They just got added. But yeah, so good to see the 3 players though all going pretty well. The Dacos players and Dunkley are the 3 guys I've got there. So come on, Josh, says Moonboy. Actually, so Josh is up to 12 touch, in for 20, so he's on track for that. What's Pendle's up to? 6, so he needs 14 from here. Along with just Nick and Josh keep going, getting those touches, and we might get that little multi there for the weekend. Come on, Josh Dacos, says Moonboy. Well, hopefully just come on Dacos Brothers. That's what we need. If you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. Got 27 likes on it already. So if you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. I'm trying to get to 100, but I don't know if we're going to hit it tonight. But if you guys want to prove me wrong, let's get those likes smashed up and try and get 100 once again. Yep, Nick's back on as well. He's got my cluggage on him at the moment. That is a great hit out. Straight in the path of Nick Dacos. Nick's going to get the one. No. Hoskinen, give it back to Nick. Give it back to Nick. Hoskinen, you are absolute spud. Give it to Nick. Give it to Nick. Yes. Oh, Nick got a handball there. 2 handballs. There's Dunkley with another kick. That was Hoskinen's fault, though. Should have given it to him earlier. That will be Markov holding the ball, I'd imagine. Yep. So Dunkley's over 40, along with Nick's, who's going quite well. Jeez, that's not a good kick from Revel. First touch, you certainly want a better one than that. Go. Oh, get up, Markov. Got Nick short. Yes. Yes. +6 for Dacos. Good. Keep going, Nick. That is a great kick. Great kick to side bottom. Jeez, he's such a good player. He just sees the game different, doesn't he? He sees the whole field, picks the right option more often than not. Fantastic. Is that 54 he's up to now? So they're missing the +6 yet. They haven't given in the +6. But he's up to 54, which is good. Really needing to keep going. Still got 8.5 minutes. He's still got time to keep going. And I don't think he's really done a huge amount yet either. Like, he's played well, but I don't think he's ripped the game to shreds yet. So I don't think it's something that Brisbane have got to worry about just yet. That's another goal for side bottom. So back to 2 points. And in terms of ripping the game apart, he's had some really good kicks and set up some good goals. But it's not like he's not had like 20 disposals already and like ripping it up at the moment. So hopefully he just keeps going and doing what he's doing. We're up to 28 likes. Yeah, I just don't think we're going to get the 100 likes. I think the streak's going to be over tonight. That's a great kick. I'm eating some music bars and hot mile at the moment, says Andrew. You always say we won't get likes, and we always do. Well, Corey, that's the thing, right? I'm just nervous because there's not as many people tuning in as what we had at the start of the year, just because, like, no surprise, right? Season's gone on a bit longer. A few people tuned out. But always appreciate the regulars and the people that tune in when we do the watch songs, so very much appreciate it. But no, let's see if we can get there again. Nick Douglas not getting him has been killer this year, and Grundy and Gaunt, my year has gone from good to worse. There's Nick again, another handball. Advantage is played as well, so that handball will count. Straight to Revel. So Revel want to certainly have a better kick than his last one. So Nick's up to 56 when the screen actually updates. Why is this not updating properly tonight? Give it to Nick. Give it to Nick. Why would... It's a good kick from Chris. Here you go. Collingwood are going to hit the front. Jamie Elliott's lined up for goal. I'm going to have to refresh his page again. This isn't updating normally like it does. So Collingwood are getting their game going now. Elliott lined up for goal and should put this through pretty well directly in front of it, I think. It's still saying Nick Dacos is on 48, so maybe it's a bloody champion data thing. Haven't had the points yet. They took 50 years to add Josh Dunkley's points, but Nick Dacos is on 56. So, yep, champion data are asleep, Ben. Yep. Hannah says, hello. How are you going, Hannah? Hope you're going well. Who's paying these spuds, says Ben. Yep, I know. Yep. It happens every week, right? We get something that happens in a game where the stats aren't added quick enough. But he's on 56. I know that for a fact. With that +6 hasn't been added plus the handball. As last week, Captain Brayshaw and didn't have Luke for Taranto out, so I had a donut, but realised I could have got Doc's score, and this week got McCarthy's score for Taranto. You take 91 for Taranto. Obviously, sucks you got the donut last week, but you definitely take the score. You definitely take the score from McCarthy this week. Here we go. What have we got? 7 minutes to go. Keep going, Dacos. Tail for Darcy Cameron. Anyone's got Darcy Cameron out there, he's going okay. He's starting to get a bit of a better score now. There's Pendles with a handball. I'd love if Crisp for once just hit like a short target. He always seems to kick long. Which is not a good kick from my check. Okay, out of bounds. This week I traded Witt and Kennedy for Daniel and Doherty. Oh, so you went Daniel and Doc to Witt and Kennedy. Good trades. I know that Kennedy obviously didn't give you a good score, but it was good trades regardless. There you go. Nick's finally up to 56 again. So they finally adjusted those scores. So Dunkley is currently on Nick Dacos at the moment. Straight Darcy Cameron. So Darcy Cameron, that'll be a mark. So you're going short to Josh Dacos. Yes. Josh Dacos +6 coming up. No, Nick won't lead here. But Josh now over 50 as well. So Good to see both going along nicely. Got 6 minutes to go in the quarter. Is that going to go straight back to Josh? We got the fist there, unfortunately. Didn't get the mark. Oh, here we go. 1-on-1. Cameron versus Maynard. Oh, yeah, there you go. Just a bit. Not. Oh, hang on. I was going to say not a good bounce for Cameron, but the second bounce was good. It's a good kick from Marshall there, actually. Puts out to advantage of Cameron. Not sure about that kick from Charlie Cameron. Perryman should mop that up. Oh, geez, he dropped the chest mark there. And Maynard's now fumbled. A couple of fumbles there from Collingwood. Maynard's got the free kick. Must have been holding the ball. Little bit stiff, that holding the ball there, but there you go. Good. Well done by Starcevic. Good to see him back after a few of those concussions. Good to see him back. Very, very good player. He might go back to Melbourne. That's what some of the talk is, potentially. What are you up to? 32 likes. So if you haven't liked it yet, please keep smashing those likes. Try and get to 100 again. Cameron falling over in the ruck contest. Don't think that'll be a tackle for Josh. Could be. Oh, here you go, Nick. Give it to Nick. That'll be a tackle for Dunkley. We'll take the tackle for Dunkley. I was hoping for a +6 for Nick there, but we'll take the Dunkley tackle. So Dunkley's making his way to 50. So it's been a good quarter for Dunks. I haven't added that tackle yet, which is disgraceful, but that will definitely get added. There's Nick with a kick. Remember a few fumbles there. Couldn't take it cleanly. Will Ashcroft just got the handball away. Out of bounds. Cameron needs 15 points, says Andrew. So what's Nick? So Nick's up to 59. Yep. Dunkley 45. So there you go. They did add that tackle. So good to have 3 of the top 6 scorers. Is it 6? 5. 3 of the top 5 scorers. There's Nick with a handball. Great handball to Josh Dacos on the left. Nah, missed it. Good handball by Nick, though, to find Josh. 4 minutes to go. More Meek or Rankin out, says Flagport. Probably Meek, because I think you can get a bigger upgrade. Because at least Rankin's got West Coast next week, right? And I wouldn't trade more out. I know he had a tough game last night, but I think it's Meek for me. Meek's got, I know he turned up last night, Meek, but you need to get him to a Gawn, a Grundy, an English, Marshall if he's solo and not with Max Heath. They would be the guys I'd be looking at. Probably not English, just because he's got the Gawn matchup next week. But you could definitely look at the other guys. Gawn and Grundy are the 2 ones you probably want, right? Fist it away, out of bounds. Need more from the Dacos brothers, says Moon Boy. I do as well. I'm probably wanting to get a bit greedy tonight and get some big scores from both of them. Particularly Nick, obviously, is a VC. Just really need a massive score to try and get close to Grundy's 150. Good tackle from Schultz there. Schultz is scoring pretty well. Schultz up to 47. I got him in draft, which is good. There's Nick. Got the handball away just. Was that a free kick to Nick? Well, they got the free kick away. Bullshit! I know Dunkley's got the free kick, but that's not a free against. I'm sorry. He got the handball away. That is a shit free kick. I'll take the points for Dunkley, but that was a bad free kick. Just when I thought Nick was going to start going back over 60 again. Still on 58, right? And I've got the top 3 scorers, so I'll take that. But Yeah, the fact that I don't know why that was paid was that paid a throw? 2.5 minutes to go. I'd love 12 more points from there's Dunkley, another +6. Geez, Dunkley's quarter. This has been a massive quarter from Dunkley. After a quiet first quarter, he's really got going. He's actually top scoring now, Josh Dunkley, funny enough. He's up to 59. So he's gone, and there's Logan Morris. I bloody hate when I want points in the last couple minutes and these bloody players keep marking the ball, lining up for goal. Rocket for Dunks is cooking. Yeah, he's going well. He's up to 59, top scoring for the game. And then you got Nick on 58, Josh on 56. Doing Mills to Josh Dacos, says Andrew. Feeling particularly greedy this evening, says Moonboy. I am definitely feeling greedy after missing the 150 from Grundy as a VC. Is that a goal for Morris? Yep, it's going to be a goal. Goal for Brisbane. Does that put them back in front? Yeah, Brisbane in front by a point. No bowls and catning Nasai. Effort, says Ben. No, Ben, don't take on a 135. Please don't. Okay, there's a chance. Okay, there is a slight chance that he goes over that, but don't take on a 135. Even if Nasai goes massive and goes at 140, you lose 5 points. And if he goes at 150, you lose 15. Like, you don't lose much at all. Don't take on a 135, Ben. I know you're saying effort and, it doesn't matter, but just don't take on a 135. Anything over 120 for me is just a hard line of, like, you just take it. You don't play around with it. You lose very little points. Andrew says he got the 150 from Grundy, but not the VC. Yep, Andrew, I'm the same as you, mate. Got him, but not the VC, unfortunately. There's Josh, who get the kick there. It's a good kick out to Schultz as well. Schultz got a minute 26. There's side bottom. By Houston. Out of bounds, 55 seconds to go. I would like one more touch for Nick to get over 60, but obviously anything more would be great. But if 58's not bad, but obviously when I'm chasing a 150 for him after missing Grundy, want to be a little bit more greedy. It was in his path and it bounced away. We've got 48 seconds to go. McCluggage is currently on Nick at the moment. Well, Ned Long got pulled off by McCluggage there, so he didn't get the disposal away. Perryman kicks it long. 30 seconds to go. There's Gardner. Probably be another ball up again. What's Dan Houston's CBAs, says Andrew. He hasn't been in any CBAs, Andrew. Doesn't attend any CBAs for Collingwood. We've got 28 seconds to go in the half, sorry. Out in the full by Schultz. So I think Dacos Dacos Bros might be done for the quarter, unless this is just down the line and we get a chance. But so Levi gets the free kick. That'll be a tail for Pendles. Is that holding the ball? Yeah, holding the ball for Pendles. Yep, free kick for Pendles. Kicks on the right. Straight to Archie. Bloody hell. Of all places, Pendles, you had to kick it to the one spot where it got intercepted. So that is half time. Slightly underwhelmed at the moment with Nick. 58. People are probably saying, hey, can you complain with a 58 at half time? But I guess it's the fact that he scored in quick bunches. Only one tackle. He's not going to get a heap of tackles right, but really chase. Like, he needs to have like a 90-point half. It's just crazy that I missed out on that bloody Grundy score today. I really pissed off that I didn't go him VC and I took it off of him. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? If you take the VC off someone, you're always going to pay the price, aren't you? But let's go through the scores. But low-scoring fantasy game, really. Like, you've got, 6 players over 56, but then the rest are under 50. So Dunkley, 59. Really good quarter from him. That was, a 43-point quarter from Dunks. Josh Dagos, 59. Nick's on 58. Steele, 57. Schultz, 56. Ashcroft, 56. Logan Morris, 49. Pendles at 46. Good quarter for Pendles. Darcy Cameron, 45. Neil's on 35. So Neil was pretty quiet that quarter after a good first quarter. I think he had 2 touches there. McCluggage, 33. Zorko, 32. Long's on 19. Jeez, I picked him up in draft. I really need him to put up a score this week, and he's just not going to do it, is he? Houston's on 8. Jeez, that's an awful score. But that is pretty much how it's looking. It's just annoying that bloody free against Dacos as well, that supposed throw, which wasn't, I didn't think it was a throw. That would have been, 5 extra points. It would have been on 63. So it would have been handy, but, oh, well, is what it is. Did anyone see the Ginnivan interview? Such a joke. Oh, I don't really care about Ginnivan, to be honest, Ben. I think he's a tosser. Typical last night, thinking he's the man. Bloody doing the sort of, can you hear me? I love how Tex gave it back and he did it. And then Ginnivan's been fined for giving the bird. So sucked into Ginnivan. I just don't know. He just doesn't. I don't know why he has to be the way he is. I don't know why he has to feel like he needs to be the villain. Just go out and play football. Like, go out, play football, be normal. Don't need to bloody egg on the crowd. Like, it's fine if you're at home and you do it and you're getting in celebration with your teammates and stuff. But when you're doing it at the opposition crowd, I just don't get it. You're just asking to be hated. Bales, what's your score with how many players left? Not sure, Lee. I'll check after the game has finished. Fact, says Hannah. Ben, you got to have personalities though, but I don't think he needs to do it maybe after the game, but not during. Oh no, I get the whole personality thing, right? But you just don't need to be a dick about it. And he's a dick about it all the time. Like, it's different when you get guys celebrating, like when guys like Connor McDonald and that are doing celebration, but they're not doing it to the crowd. They're doing it with their teammates. Like, they're enjoying being out playing football. But Ginnivan's trying to do it to try and like get the crowd against him. I just don't get why he needs to do it. But oh well, is what it is. But if you are tuning in live as well, we're up to 33 likes. We're trying to go for 100 again. So we got over 50 people watching. So got at least 20 of you that have not liked it. So if you can do that, smash a like on the video. It takes 2 seconds. All you got to do is click the thumbs up button. And it helps out a whole lot. So if you can do that, that'd be very much appreciated. I'll be back in a sec. I just got to get a quick drink. So we'll be back in 2 seconds. Alrighty, apologies about that. We're back. What do we got here? Liam, 1 like equals 1 shot. Well, that I don't think that'll happen, unfortunately, Liam. Yeah, well, I'm going to go get takeout after, so I probably can't really have many shots, to be honest. But I guess if people want me to do a shot, maybe we get... if someone donates $50, we might have a shot tomorrow night on the round review. If anyone wants to see that, but I'm not fussed because I don't particularly want to drink, but I guess we'll see. So what happened to Leicester? Jesus, did he get concussed from that? That looks like nothing. He hardly looked like he got hit. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know what happened with Leicester. Hopefully he's okay, but that didn't look like much. So, any late adjustments? Let's have a look. Nope, Schultz got added something, but Dunkley and Josh are still 59, Nick still 58. Let's have a look. How's that multi going? That's what I want to have a look at. How's the multi going? So it's looking all right. Nick to have 30, he's had 17, so he's on track. Nick to have 25, he's had 14, he's on track. Neil to have 25, he's on 13, he's just on track, but bad quarter there. Dunkley to have 20, he's had 15, that's on track. McCluggage to have 20, he's had 13. Ashcroft to have 20, he's had 17. And Pennells to have 20, he's had 11. So everything's on track, and that's a $30 bonus bet to get me $112. That'd be really handy if that paid off. And we'll see what happens there. I'll have a look at my score and see what I'm on in terms of players. Let's have a look. So I'm on 1,006, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 8 playing, and we've got 3 at the moment. So how many is that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1,006 from 11. And obviously got 3 in play. So you think if they all have 50-point halves, that's 1,150 it gets to. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But it's been good. Like Whitfield got the ton on debut, which was nice. Mills got a ton as well. Makes some nice cash in. And Mills has been pretty solid, right? Since he had a couple of 60s in 3 weeks against the Saints and the Dogs. But if you look at those 60s, right, the 67 against the Dogs was that ground was really chopped up. He played a lot more lockdown because they had someone out. I think it was Rampy was out that game. Then the Saints game, he was on 67. And I think he had 66. He had like a -1 point last quarter. So if it wasn't for that, he would have actually scored all right. But then he's gone 105, 94, and 100 in his last 3. So getting it done. Again, another 23 touches, 7 marks, 4 tackles. He's getting those marks, which is really good. Like those little short +6s. So I think I'm happy with him at D6 along with McCarthy looping between the two. Bont 97, slightly unders. He was on 97 probably midway through the last quarter as well. I thought he was going to go 110, but unfortunately didn't get there. Dawson 125 was outstanding last night. 12 tackles was great. Funny enough, that's only his second score over 110 since round 11 when he went back to back 130. So really good to see. It's actually his highest time on ground for the season, 91%. But yeah, the only thing is with Dawson, he doesn't really get over 30 touches any week, right? Like he usually gets pretty consistently around that 25-ish mark. So like he's gone 27, 33, 19, 31. So he had 30 in Essendon Gold Coast. Then 21, 27, 21, 22, 14, 27, 27, 21, 18, 24, 26, 25, 27, 20, 21, 21. So he hasn't really had many games over 25 touches. He had a couple of 30-plus touch games in the first 4 weeks, but besides that, very much of it's around those 20 touches. But it's because he racks up the tackles and the marks at the same time, and that's why he keeps getting these good scores. But obviously having North and West Coast until his last 3 might finish off with a bang, hopefully. Tom Green, just shit. 67 from 25 touches. Like, he had 25 touches and scored a 67. Jordan Dawson had what? What did he have last night? 3 disposals less? Was it 20? Did I say 21 or 22? He had 21 touches, Dawson, 4 less touches than Green, and outscored him by 58 points. That's just ridiculous. Grundy, though, 150 as well. He's now averaging 109 for the year. Like, he was averaging, post round 8, 81.5. Since round 9, he's just gone ballistic. And that's why, again, I'm annoyed I took it off him because he's been so consistent. I should have just had the VC on him to take it. But anyway, 150, amazing from him. Warner 95 was solid. I'll definitely take that as a forward. He's had a couple of decent scores in his last 3, but still been very up and down. He's only had, 1 ton since round 11. So, funny enough, I've had him since round 12. So, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, did he ton up in the first game I had him? Played Richmond. No, he got an 80 the first week I had him, so I missed the 112. I don't think I had him for the Crows. Oh, did I have him for the Crows game? Might have had him for the Crows game. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, actually, I think I had him for the Crows game because yeah. Who else is there? Petrarca 78. That's poor. Like, I'm looking at trading him next week. Like, since he had that 120 in round 8, he's gone 92, 84, 104, 75, 89, 81, 105, 70, 105, 70, 84, 78. Like, just bad, really bad. Like, and the 105s were against Gold Coast and North Melbourne. So now he's got the Dogs, Hawthorn, Collingwood. I'm happy to trade next week. That was it. He's done his dash, I think. So him and Daniel might be gone for me. And I'll probably look at bringing in a couple of forwards. Maybe I'll hold one. Maybe it is Petrarca that stays potentially. But at the moment, I'll be trading a couple of those guys. Maybe Tom Green goes as well if there's someone I do like the look of. And obviously, yeah, Josh 59, Josh 59, Nick 58, and then Dunkley 59 is solid as well. So, Cody Pember, hey Bales, have 2 choices really torn. Do I go McKercher out and Sinclair in, or Daniel out and Smith in? Worried with Smith in. I wouldn't be too worried with Smith in. I'm fine. I'd go Daniel to Smith. I think that's a bigger upgrade. Like McKercher, I'm just talking about like what a few people saw on the track about him training with the forwards. But even looking at the team, I don't know if I see a huge amount of forwards that have been named. I'm still trading out at this stage and keeping Caleb Daniel because I can go Daniel to Myers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go Daniel to Myers or McKercher to Sinclair. That's probably what I'm tossing up. So I guess we'll see, right? I'll be Teakle to a Jez Cameron or Myers. And McCarthy down a rookie next week, says Corey. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and Jez against the Bombers could be massive. So, yep, for sure. And I take Gorn VC score at the moment, says Kobe. I think I lean slightly towards taking it, yes. But if you got Nasai, it's maybe a bit of a question. Oak, would you take McCarthy's 9-1 over Butters, given he's probably going to get the tag and he scored 46 last time? I probably would, Oak. Just bank the points of 91. You might lose 10, 15 points, but if he gets the tag again, might not be a great score. Corey or Taranto, if out, to need to deal with him maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. You might have to trade him out. Oak could also take McCarthy's score over McKercher. Do you have like maybe 2 red dots? Could you loot McKercher and see what he does and then take both the scores or take the best one? Maybe you can take have you got like a defender mid red dot that plays after McKercher? Because maybe you can take the best score of McKercher and McCarthy maybe. That could be a plan, but I'm not sure if you would or not. Kobe Penn with the $1.49 super chat. Thank you, mate. It's an odd number, $1.49, but appreciate it regardless, mate. Very much appreciated. I don't think I've ever seen one then before. $1.49. This must be a new one. But appreciate it regardless. Very much appreciated. Still refresh any adjustments at all. Doesn't look like it. It's funny that, like, so we talked about it then. So, like, Dacos had 17 in the first half, and obviously he's got half to go, right? But it's funny that Jordan Dawson had 4 more disposals and was already on a 121. It's pretty crazy. Obviously, 11 extra tackles helps than what Nick's got at the moment. I'd love if Nick could get to like 4 or 5 tackles. Just get like that bonus 12 points. Keep getting the touches. Because obviously they're not tagging at the moment. So he's got the ability to go big in the second half. I'm hoping he does. Even a 60-point half from here gets into around a 120. So that's what I'm hoping he can get to at least. I either want Dacos to go sub 110 or well over 130. That'd be obviously ideal. Us Hawks midfield need to get someone from another club. Hard to say who could suit us as Ben. Yeah, the Will Day injury is very hard. I think if someone was to say pick a team that was going to miss finals, I think it could be Hawthorn. Just with Will Day out, Weddle's still injured. They've got they've got Brisbane, Melbourne, Collingwood, or Brisbane, Collingwood, Melbourne, or something like. Hang on, no, it is Brisbane, Melbourne, Brisbane, Collingwood, Melbourne. So hang on. It's those three. I can't remember which order it is. I know it's Brisbane next week, and then after, it's like Melbourne and Collingwood or something like that. I'm not sure, but I know they've got those matches coming up. Hawthorn. It's a really tough 3 weeks, and with injuries, they might be the unlucky team, especially with the Dogs winning against the Giants. What have we got? Teddy McCarthy over Rosie were talking me out of it, says Kobe. Like you could. 91, you could. You might not lose a lot. You definitely could. I've only got one red dot, and it's a St Kilda player, says Oak. Okay, yep. I would take it over. I'd take it over Butters probably, because McCurt's not going to get tagged. You just hope that it's not a Why'd the stream on my phone go back 30 minutes? I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'll probably do it, Kobe. Oak. I don't want to point any fingers or anything, but what happened, Andrew? What were you pointing fingers for? Got Naz as captain, 90 incoming, says Stu. Kobe Pemba, thank you, mate. Thank you for another super chat there. Celebrate 10th super chat on live stream. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your 10th super chat there. Very much appreciated. Footy Frenzy, do I take Anderson's VC score, be aggressive, and go for Nasai captain, as most people would have Grundy? I don't think most people got Grundy. I think it's a week where people go in different directions. I would take the 123. Footy Frenzy, I'd lock in the 123 is just too big that I wouldn't be taking it on personally. I'm keeping Tom McCarthy to end the season, says Andrew. Corey, Collingwood, Melbourne, and Brisbane in the order. Okay, so I got Collingwood mixed up. Because I was going to say Collingwood got Melbourne in the last game. So, yeah, so Collingwood, Melbourne, then Brisbane. Yes, okay. Thank you, Corey. Apologies, I got that wrong. Is Baz worth a captain as a pod, or just put it on Naz, says Gene? I'll just put it on Nasai personally. He's my number one option this week, so I'd put it on him. Second half about to get underway. Come on, Nakos. Hopefully a massive second half here to get a big score. Not a great start, slipping over. So McCluggage gets the first clearance. And Darcy Cameron intercept mark. He's got Dacos short, and he hasn't even looked. Darcy Cameron took way too long to look. Brisbane are just being a little bit annoying at the moment. Like, Dacos tried leading 3 times, but players picked him up every time. Which is what they should be doing, right? But it's frustrating as a fantasy owner when you see a player beginning cut off a few times. Free kick to Schultz. Best decision this season was grabbing Dan Curtin. He's looking to be a top 6 forward, says Footy Frenzy. Oh, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? So he could be the way he's going. There's DeGoey breaking tackle there. Is that Perryman? I think Perryman had the shot for goal. Out of bounds. Need both Dacos boys going big barrels, says me. But yeah, agreed. Andrew Collingwood of Hawks next week. Oak, don't see a reason that North would put McKercher forward. They have 4 smalls on interchange, and McKercher's been playing pretty well at halfback, says Oak. It was just I heard that he was training with the defenders midweek, so that's why I was a bit worried. But I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the warm-up. Or if someone's there, I'm going to try and see if they can keep an eye on the warm-up. There's Josh Dacos with a kick. Josh has ignored Nick 3 or 4 times tonight. I don't really know what's going on there, but yeah, like if McKercher's training with the defenders, I'll probably adjust my trade, and it'll be annoying not getting Sinclair in, but I would pivot to getting Brian Myers in probably at this stage for Caleb Daniel. Just because I think that would be the smarter play, and then I can deal with anyone out next week. Hey, Val says, Will, how you going, Will? Hope you're going well. Honeydew won, so is this like American football and soccer put together? A little bit, yes. It's obviously Aussie rules football, so very different. Honeydew, where are you watching from? I'm assuming you're watching from outside of Australia. Josh Dacos with a tackle there as well. So whereabouts are you watching, Honeydew? Who else says Nacos? VC says Will. Yeah, I got in VC. Will, I took it off of Grundy, unfortunately, so missed the 150 from him. Would you trade McKirch or Rosie, says Footy Frenzy? I'd probably trade Kirch over Rosie. But if you want to get rid of the injury risk, then maybe it's Rosie. Moonboy said, did you stumble in here by accident? Says, it's funny, Dude. Damn it, there's no tackle for Dacos. It's annoying. So no touches for Nick so far in this quarter. Anyone here got Pokemon cards, says Ben? Probably in a box. Aussie Rules is an incredible sport. Bales is watching the fantasy scores for the actual game. Yeah, fantasy sport. Yeah, exactly. Oak, I had Gorn VC. Should I just take the gamble on Naz putting up better score, says Oak. You could. Definitely could. Why is it saying that the connection's low? Oh no, we're back okay again. It just said there the red came up saying the connection wasn't great, so I don't know why that was. Yeah, from America, never heard of this and saw it, was curious how it worked. It's always in the morning where I'm from, so it might be interesting to watch. Oh, well funny enough, Honeydew, a lot of American people that watch it say how much they love AFL, well, Aussie Rules football. Because it's like, think of it, it's like NFL, but there's no protective gear. There's no like shoulder pads. There's no helmets. There's no nothing. It's just like they just wear the jersey, wear shorts, some football boots, and that's it. So, yeah. There's Dunkley with a handball. So Nick's still yet to have a disposal in this quarter. It's been 3 minutes of the quarter's gone by. Oh, that's a bad bounce for Quainer. Gone over. And Logan Morris, another goal for Brisbane. So 7 points. Brisbane get the first goal. Watch a game one day. Honeydew follow Adelaide Crows. They're good at the moment, says Moonball. Well, the game tonight, Honeydew, if you're watching it, is a good game. These are two teams that have been playing in our Super Bowl equivalent, grand final last couple of years. So let's see your Pokemon, bro, and I can check if they're worth anything, says Ben. I have a 40k sealed collection at 18. Oh, really? Nicely done there, mate. What do you got? We've got 40 likes as well, so if you haven't smashed like on it yet, please do. Trying to get to 100 likes once again. Actually, let's refresh. Actually, no, we just refresh scores. Actually, don't need to worry about it just yet. Josh Taylor's up to 66 as well. There's Nick with a kick. It's a really good kick, actually. Dunkley with a kick as well. A couple of soccers there. Zorko with a kick as well. Here's Lockie Neal. Nick Dacos only 22 and a generational talent, says Moonboy. Yep, agreed. Yeah, bro, send me a DM of your cards and I can sort you out, says Ben. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I'd have to have a look. I haven't looked for a while. Don't know if any would be worth anything. I've got some in a folder, but... There's Josh Dunkley with a kick. Good tackle from Josh Dacos. Oh, no. Free kick for Brisbane. God damn it. What's the free kick for? Would have been to play Josh Dacos tackle as well. That is just not going to happen anymore because they've given Logan Morris another free kick. Let's refresh these scores. Josh Dunkley's up to 68. Nick Dacos 61, and that's a goal. So Brisbane get another one. So back-to-back goals for Logan Morris, and Brisbane open up 13-point lead. I know the market price of cards has been Ivysaur X-era Pokemon cards, real vintage, says Moon Boy. Honeydew says 19. So what were you doing, Honeydew? Just stumbled on the stream on YouTube or something, and then just decided to tune in and watch a bit of Australian rules football. As a first supporter, going for Collingwood for I reckon the first time since Kobe. Because I guess Brisbane are more likely to drop below Freo than Collingwood are, I guess. I don't mind who wins, because I think it's a positive either way for the Crows. Either they get top tonight if Brisbane win, or if Brisbane lose, then the Crows will go 6 points clear of Brisbane. Yeah, I wake up at 4 for work, and it's the only sport on, and I wanted to learn about it. All good, mate. There's a kick for Nick Dacos. There's Schultz. That's a good kick by side bottom. Great kick. My check, Mark. Ben says, Moon Boy, send me a DM, mate. So what do you do for work, Honeydew? Up at 4 a.m. That's pretty bloody early. Pretty early for work. Some mornings I'm not even asleep till 4 a.m. to be honest. But here's my check. Collingwood need this goal after a few goals to Brisbane to start the quarter, and pops it through. Another goal for Collingwood. So a little bit goal for goal in this quarter. Still a bit of another refresh again. So Logan Morris up to 68. So Josh Dacos 66. Nick Dacos 64. So had a couple of kicks in this quarter, Nick. So needing to keep going here. If Nick can get somehow to like 100 at three-quarter time, that would be fantastic. So Nick's currently with the midfield group. I was wondering who he was with then. Assemble and make car shocks. BAILSDT. Haven't heard of it there, Honeydew, but hopefully you enjoy it, mate. Troy, I feel like you're subconsciously going for the Pies bars, whinging more about calls against them. Oh, no, it's more because I've got the Dacos brothers. That's probably why. I don't mind either way. It literally doesn't matter. Like, if Collingwood lose, Crows are top tonight by percentage. But if Collingwood win, then the Crows will be 6 points clear of Brisbane and more likely for top two. Like, there's a tackle for Dunkley. So Dunkley's starting to rack up now. This is the Dunkley that we know. Racking up these tackles, getting the touches, getting his marks. There's another tackle for Dunkley. Far out. Dunkley is racking up at the moment. He's going big at the moment. I think he's up to 75 now. Well, he's on 71. They haven't had the second tackle yet, but they will add that very soon, I'd imagine. So he's starting to get real busy, Josh Dunkley. Oh, Quainer, yep. Got mown down. There's a handball for Zorko. And here go Brisbane again. Raining from like 70 out. No, missed it. Sorry, Brals, for non-footy chat. No, Ben, all good, mate. All good. All good. Don't come on, baby, says Ben. Mate, all good. All good. My locks in is next week's trades are Mills to Dacos and extra money, then Rayner to Curtin. Don't mind those, Andrew. Not sure if I'd... Oh, yeah, you can trade Mills even after a turn. He's got Brisbane. Give it... Oh, Steele, why would you not give that to Nick there? Now you've just sold Darcy Camp. Why would you handball to your ruckman over Nick Dacos? Seriously, Dunkley got a handball in there as well, which we'll take. But why? It feels like tonight Collingwood had a few times going away from Nick Dacos, which doesn't make a lot of sense. When he's been free and they've just gone, nah, let's not go to him. Let's go to a ruckman who's got someone on him. It just makes no sense. Yeah, Dunkley up to 77. So part of me now wishes I had Dunkley as a VC because he's getting it going now. What we need bloody Dacos to do what Dunkley's doing. Get a few of these tackles. Get some of these marks around the ground. out of bounds. Henry Smith, cheap forward on 48 at the moment. Looks good, says Kobe. Yeah, he is a key forward, though. He's looked good tonight, though, but he is a key forward. And going to upgrade Teagle, can you give me your top 3 forwards you target? Well, Baz, if you don't have him, Myers, Jeremy Cameron are probably the 3. And then, like, Matt Kennedy, I still like. He scored a 79, but it was against the Giants. Tough matchup. He'll be better after that. So, I'd probably say those ones, Footy Frenzy. Come on, Josh Dacos, more, says Moonboy. Oh, mate, we need more from the Dacos brothers, I think. Been a bit quiet this quarter. We've already, we only got 13 minutes to go in the quarter. And Nick's had the 2 kicks, and Josh has had, a couple of touches there. There's a handball from Nick there. But they're not doing what they were doing early in the game. They're not really getting a lot of the outside ball. So hopefully they can. Here's Dunkley. Dunkley should get the kick here. Yep. Dunkley with the kick. There's Nick Dacos trying to go for a contested mark in a big pack there. Don't see that very often. Bales, you reckon Jezza gets targeted on offense every time? Try to get to 100. Potentially, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see tomorrow, right? If they try and target him all the time, then maybe. So it looks like Henry Smith is their backup ruck at the moment. He's doing the second besides Darcy Fort. If that wasn't socket, I reckon Nick would have got a tackle there. There's Dunkley with another handball. Dunkley, another handball. So 2 handballs in a row for Dunkley. Just really starting to get going. This is the Dunkley that we know can show up, that can just absolutely pig up and just get around the ball. He's up to 84 now. His last quarter and a bit has been massive. How did Nick Dacos not get tripped there? He was running through and someone tripped him. I don't know why Darcy Moore's not taking the mark there. So Nick's up to 66 along with Josh. I've got a feeling that I just don't think I'm going to be getting a big score from Nick at the moment. He'll come off at some point as well. I don't know. Dunkley absolutely monstering Nick Dacos' mark. Oh, Dunkley's having a great game. He started quiet. He was on 16 points and he got a tackle late in the quarter. But since then, he's just gone really big. Like, Nick's not getting any tackles at all. Just be nice. Just get a couple. Like 2 or 3 tackles just to really boost up the score from in the 60s to near 80. Junkley who, says Ben Hayes. Piglet. All right, what is this? I go have a shower, come back now. Dunkley's on 80, says Defenders Bro. Yep, yeah, he's a good fantasy player. Defenders Bro, that's what he does. Josh Doe normally has bad third quarters, says Ben. Yeah, he does actually. There's another handball from Dunkley as well. So just getting it done. Darcy Cameron. There's Dunkley, another handball. I feel like I keep saying Dunkley handball every couple of seconds at the moment. And that won't be a tackle for Nick because Levi got the bloody handball away. So when he bloody tackles, the bloody teammates... Oh, and then Rain is lining up for goal. Good kick from a Cluggage. Wait, 39 touch for Grundy, just realised. Yeah, I know, Ben. Yep. And that's why I'm annoyed I didn't have him as the VC. Okay, 2 seconds there, but now we're back again. At least with Jacos, you know what he can do in a quarter, says Ben. Agreed. What is going on with this internet? I think we're back again, but it seems like the internet's going very, very slow at the moment. And it keeps pausing on YouTube as well on my phone. Like, why? Don't understand what's going on at the moment. Yeah, something's going on with YouTube, I reckon, at the moment, because it's not even working on my phone. My internet was down for 5 hours today. Don't know what's happening with it. Yeah, but mine's been a little bit funny all day. Like, KO's still working. I'm still seeing the footy, and it hasn't really buffered much, but it's just YouTube is just at the moment just not loading. Well, I'm trying to make sure the stream is continuing, but just had to close YouTube down and then open it up again. Now it's loading, and now it's live again. So I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we're up to 41 likes as well, so still 59 away. I'm not feeling as confident. we're going to get to 100 again, but do you think next week's too late jump on Dunks, or do you still believe he's a good option as defenders, bro? He's still a good option next week. These games in the next few weeks are going to suit someone like Dunkley. These contested games, there's Josh Dacos with a handball. These games are going to suit Josh Dunkley. Like these contested games, plenty of tackles, contested game. I think he'll go quite well. I just need Nick to get going. Like, I'm now really disappointed that I took the VC off of Grundy. Could have had a 150 VC already locked in. Instead, I went for bloody more high ceiling play. Out of bounds. If I don't do VC Gaunt, which is better, Marshall, Smith, Brayshaw, says Kobe. You probably can't go Marshall now with the fact that Max Heath is in the team, which I have got no idea why St Kilda have brought in Max Heath. It is the most pointless team change that you can make. They win last week. They've got a cherryless North Melbourne, and they go, hang on, let's bring another ruck in. So you can't go him. So it's between Smith and Brayshaw. I'd go Smith. And at least if something happened to Smith, then you can go to Brayshaw. Like in terms of like if he was a laid out or anything. But it sounds like he won't be. So I respect players that can go to that next level against the good teams and not just feed on bottom 8 teams, says Mark. That's another tackle that Dacos tried to go for that he didn't get. Imagine Bales if Dunkley had a good first quarter. Oh, exactly, mate. Yep. But still, it's fine. So it looks like Bobby Hill's getting warmed up, ready to come into the game. He's still got the warm-up top on, but... Or are they subbing at Degoe? Degoe looked like he was starting to walk towards the back of the bench, but I'm not sure. There's Nick. Oh, nearly got himself into bloody trouble. Got the handball away just. There's Dunkley, another kick. Dunkley just continues to rack up. And yeah, Degoe looks like he's been subbed out. He's sitting at the back of the bench. Just looks like it's tactical. But blame the young fella. Their team's done for the year, says Mark. Yeah, I know, Mark. But still, like, it's just a pointless change. Like, I don't really think Max Heath is that good of a player yet. I'd like... Play him in the VFL, number 1 ruck, get minutes into him as the number 1 ruck. Just makes no sense. Dunk's already on his break even. What is this as defenders, bro? That'll be a behind, I think. Yep, so... No, Houston kick in. Go away, Houston. Josh Day's been taking all the kick-ins all day, and all of a sudden Houston's like, nah, I want one. Bale's only chance McRae sub, says Jordan. I think there is, based on talk from Saints fans and that. There could definitely be. A bit of a refresh of these scores. It's been a tiny bit since we've done that. There's Josh Dacos with a kick, and it's gone. And now we're back again. I don't know what's going on with the internet at the moment, guys. A few people have said that there's been something going around with all the internet today, but disconnected, but now we're back again. Good tag from Pendles. Should have VC'd Ash, says Ben. I don't have Ash, unfortunately, Ben, so I couldn't do that even if I wanted to. But I wouldn't have VC'd Ash anyway. It would have been Whitfield if I was going to VC anyone. It's just the fact that Nick's been, like, a few teammates have not gone to him when he's been free, which has been frustrating. Still 8 minutes in the quarter, still time. I don't know if he'll come to the bench. I don't know what they'll do, but... Well, Bobby's looking to come back on. It's just, it seems like there's a lot of stoppages that aren't really going Dacos' way at the moment. There's a lot of tackling from other players, and then just the game stops and it's another ball up, and not really getting into Nick's hands at the moment. It's almost like just like repeat stoppage. So I think I'll be having the side captain tomorrow at the moment, unless Nick can go crazy in the last quarter and a bit. Oh, geez, courage from Josh Dacos there. Nearly got taken out from, don't know who that was coming the other way, if it was Charlie Cameron or not. That could be deliberate from Perryman. Wonder how many people VC'd Ashwood, me, says Ben. Probably not many, because I don't think he was a popular VC option, just because he's gone one score over 120 this year, Ben, so he would have been pretty unique. Do you think Tom Green's a trader, says Defenders Bro? He is if your team's in a really good spot. He's got good matchups, which is what I'm trying to sell myself as an owner. And see Markov stealing off of bloody Nick Dacos. And now Brisbane have got the ball. Seriously? Like, some of these players tonight are just not doing the right thing. Now it goes over Pendle's head now. Quainer, that's a mark. You pay that. Yep. Of course you're going to kick short to Crisp. Find one of the Dacos brothers. Why is it so hard? I think that Nick just did that. Was that Nick that just sprinted off then? I think Nick just sprinted off for a bloody break. Yeah, Nick's not getting to a score that I'm going to want, so I'm just going to have Nasai cap. No, Nick is still on, but looks like I will have to have Nasai captain tomorrow, unless Nick can do one of those 60-point quarters and go absolutely mental. But there's Nick with a handball. Gives it to Houston. There's Josh Dacos with a kick. It's a good kick. They've got Bobby. Oh, no. He's been called to play on. And then there's Elliot. Elliot line up for goal. Will have to be tomorrow, Ben. What are the game scores, says Moonboy? Collingwood 51, Brisbane 66. But Elliot lining up for goal to bring it back a little bit more. Didn't even realise there was a chance McRae could be sub. Better not be, says Oak. Yeah, there is a chance he could be. Yep. Troy, anyone have a guess of which side scores more tomorrow? A, Marshall captain, Rosie, Burgoyne, McKercher, Drew and Bolton versus Baz captain, Holmes, Ryan, Brayshaw, Park and Mackay. I think I'll lean to the second option. Lot. Baz, Holmes, Ryan, Brayshaw, Parker, Mackay, I reckon. Troy. I'm fairly comfortable with it as well. Like, Marshall could go big, but with the fact that Max Heath has been named, there's less chance of that. Rosie, a little bit injured. Burgoyne against Geelong, I don't love the matchup. There's Josh Dacos with a handball. Josh Dacos again, another handball, give to his brother. There's Nick. Nick got the handball in there as well. And Membry, no, should have taken the mark there. He dropped it. Good tackle from McCluggage, but that should be holding the ball. Yeah, great tackle from McCluggage. If McRae's sub, do you think next week he's a trader? Said Defenders Bro. If he's a sub this week, you probably got to try and, if you can trade him out this week, that would be what I'd be looking at doing. If he's a sub, that's if. Like, he probably won't be, right? I don't know if they're going to put him sub, but if they do, there's Josh Does. Nearly took one-handed grab. Here's Brisbane out the back again. And Charlie Dean intercept mark. He got Nick. Got to go to Nick. Leave it for Nick. Yep, Pendle's left it for Nick. Gave the handball to Pendles. Pendles back to Nick Dacos. That's better. It's been the first time all night I've really seen him get a lot of space free for a +6. Lipinski, that'll be a mark. I get it. Oh, Bobby had Nick. If he probably made the wrong call there, he had Nick free. Membry, that'll be a behind. Fine, Nick Dacos, says Defenders Bro. What's he up? What's Nick up to now? It says 70, but I don't think they're counting the 7 points he got. So I think he's on. But again, Champion Data have been really slow tonight with adding the scores. And again, the internet's dropped out again. I really don't. It's like my phone. I'm not even on the Wi-Fi either. It's on my just Optus. I don't really understand what's going on. Is it a YouTube thing tonight? Maybe it might be a YouTube thing. I'm not sure, but we'll keep persisting anyway. We've got just over a quarter to go. There's Nick, got the handball away. He's up to 79 now. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. We might be back alive again if he can keep going at this rate. I wonder if the Crows can go all the way this year, says Moon Boy. Mate, I bloody hope so. Bloody hope so. That would be really, really nice. McRae's locked in my team this week, and I've got no forward cover, so could be on for a 20-pointer if he subs, says Oak. Yeah, there is a chance. So I'll just be, making sure and having a look. But yeah, he could be. Zorko's been on the bench for 12 minutes, says Oak. Yeah, and that was my worry with the whole, this is maybe the management coming in, right? Brisbane are up by a little bit, third quarter. Rest him a little bit here. Bells, what do you think Naz can score tomorrow? He's my captain, says Lee. I think it'll be a lot of people's captain tomorrow. I'm hoping he scores well. But I guess we'll find out, right? It's a good matchup for him. I don't know who would tag him, if anyone. So, we go to the grand final if Crows make it, Bale, says Troy. There'd be a high likelihood I would if I could get a ticket. I've never been to a grand final, so I don't know exactly how expensive grand final tickets are. So, if anyone's been to a grand final, what are the cheapest tickets? And like probably $600-700 maybe more. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd really want to go if the Crows made it. Cool. I've caught up to the chat. What do you got? 2 minutes 40 to go. So what do you got? McCluggage, Dunkley, and Bailey have all had 10 touches this quarter. It was just count with the stat there. Good tackle by Pendles there. I think, is Nick Dacos on the... Actually, I reckon Nick's on the bench at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't see him around the stoppages unless he's forward. That'd be a bit annoying if he went to the bench right at the end of the quarter. That'll be... No, that won't be a tail for Josh. Dunkley's stuck on the bench for 10 minutes, says Bruce Moose. I was going to say, I haven't seen Dunkley for a while either. He hasn't got much of it. So, yeah, so he's been stuck on the bench as well. It is just a low score. So, literally, only Dunkley, Dacos brothers are the only three on track for a ton at the moment with 2 minutes to go. No, not that much. Like 6 super chats of taking shots. So, 300. So, if you're talking about 50. So, you're talking, what? So, tickets are about $300? Is that what you're saying? Cheapest tickets? No, Nick's forward at the moment. I see him there at full forward. So if Collingwood get a breakaway, there's a chance. If he could kick a goal, he'd get to 90. All of a sudden, we might be back on for a captain score here because we know that he can put up a massive quarter. EU Crows member Bell, says Moon Boy. Yeah, we upgrade to gold membership as well, which I think gives you a guaranteed chance of a ticket, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, fingers crossed. But we got to make it first, right? We've still got to finish top 2, hopefully, get 2 home finals, hopefully win those 2 finals, and then go from there. Come on, Hoskin Elliott. Josh got a kick away, like he just got the soccer. There's Zorko. Zorko with a kick. That was a duck from Bailey. I'm glad they didn't pay that as well. Oh, did they pay that? Oh, come on. Stop paying those stupid free kicks. He bloody ducked his head. Bloody cheating idiot. And I know Peatling does it as well, and it annoys me a little bit when Peatling gets the free kicks as well, because I'm like, well, you really shouldn't be doing that. But seriously, the umpires have got to be better than that. Zach Bailey has seen Houston come in, and he's ducked down. That is bullshit. I thought they actually did a good job. They're not paying it, and they've given it to him. Stupid umpires every game. And goal for Zach Bailey. What a load of crap. Why do umpires keep getting sucked in and keep paying these free kicks every week? If the player leans down, it is a ducking, and it should be holding the ball. Oh, yeah, nice. You would have a good chance of getting tickets. I hope so. I'm not sure what the chances are, but yeah, I'll try if we get there. Peatling does it every game, mate. Yeah, no, Harry, I literally just said that. I said it annoys me a bit when Peatling does it. Problem is you have to contest with MCC members, even the ones that don't follow footy. Best chance may be to go to a breakfast function package that includes a ticket but they're a bit pricey, says Nathan. I'll try and I'm not going to worry about overspending if I can't go to the grand final, I'll watch it at home, right? I'll still be able to enjoy it if the Crows were to make it. But yeah, I know that it's a heavily corporate event. Like, there's a lot of corporate people that go, which is annoying because it should be open to a lot more of the fans that go every week and want to go watch their team. But that is just what it is, right? That's what happens. Ducking and flopping are the worst things a footballer can do, not in the spirit of the game. Yeah, it's not. Every team has got those players that do it most weeks. Like the Crows have got Peatling and Saligo that do it. I think that's a tackle for Josh Dacos. There would be a few venues in Adelaide that would be coming from the grand final. If the Crows made it, I'll just watch it at home. I'll watch it here with Mum and hopefully... But yeah, obviously we're getting ahead of ourselves, right? Crows aren't in the grand final yet. Still got 3 games to go. Still got finals to go. So Nick 82, Josh 81, Dunkley's on 91. Maynard tackle. So we've got 23 seconds to go. I just think at the moment, unless Dacos can go like a 38-point last quarter, which he definitely can, I think I'll be going the side captain. Well, Dacos is forward at the moment, but they haven't got it forward. Gardner intercept mark. You got Lachie Neale there. Why would Gardner not go to Lachie Neale? What a dumb decision. You've actually given Collingwood half a chance to have a shot at goal to end the quarter. And there's 3/4 time. But tell you what, Gardner's very lucky. That's a dumb decision. Had Lachie Neale short. And I think Lachie Neale's, that's what he's laughing about, telling him that, mate, you don't do that next time. I just don't know why players don't do it. Every week you see players not take the short option. It makes no sense to me, especially at a time like that when it's near the end of the quarter. Dunkley, a minute bench stint might have stopped the monster score, says Oak. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he was obviously on track for a monster, but he's still going well though. 91, still 120s, well in the realm possibility here. Let's go through the scores though. 3/4 time. So only 4 what's that? I've got a couple of players on track for a ton, but Dunkley's on 91, Dacos on 85. That's Josh. Had 6 tackles which is nice. So 5 tackles. McCluggage 82, Nick Dacos 82, Will Ashcroft 79, Darcy Cameron 73. I think I said Will Ashcroft 79. Still Sob on 77 as well. Lachie Neale's on 70. Had the 24 touches as well. What do we got? So Pendle's 14. Zorko 54. Levi 51. Ned Long's on 42. Jeez. Perryman 26. Thank God I benched him in draft. Houston's on 14. Wow. That is a very, very, very poor score. I think the multi's looking okay, though. I had Dunkley for... we'll just go there. I'm pretty sure. So Dunkley's already hit, but I think it's on track. I think it's just Pendles now. Pendles just needs 6 touches in the last quarter. And we'd get it, I reckon. Let me have a look. Great. Now, this isn't loading. What is going on with the internet today? I'll have to restart the modem once this stream's finished. Alrighty. Is it on track? Well, I could cash out, get $24 back. So Nick Dacos, it says it's green, but he still needs 4 disposals. So Dacos needs 4. Josh Dacos needs 4. Neale needs 1. Dunkley's already hit. McCluggage has already hit. Will Ashcroft's already hit. And Pendles needs 6. So if Pendles can get 6 touches, the other guys should get there. Would mean we get $112, which would be nice. That'd be little multi on a Saturday night. Get a little bit of money there. But yeah, it looks like Nick I won't be taking unless he can go. I'll probably need a minimum of 38 points this last quarter here to take the score. But to be fair, it's almost like I partly hope he doesn't get there now because I wanted him to get to about 100 and then have a 50-point last quarter and get to a 150. But I can't see him getting a 60-point quarter to get to a 140. Could have a 50-point quarter and get a 130, but Jacos is huge for your pod, Bales, says Has. Smash the lights, guys. Yeah, no, yeah, Josh Does is good at the moment, for sure. Up to 44 likes. I think I gave up, I think, tonight. I don't think we're going to get there. We just, normally to get the 100 likes, we need 50, 60, 70 people tuning in regularly, but the views have dropped off as the season's gone. And the last few watch-alongs, I've had to stay 20, 30 minutes after just to get there. I'm probably not going to do that tonight. So, unless if you want to prove me wrong, then let's get to 100 likes. We need 56 more, but I think that we're probably done. Just because I only did one last week. There's only one this week. I just think that, it's probably, probably not going to get there, but we'll see. Good week to trade Ned Long, says Moonboy. Yeah, agreed. How good's Grundy, though, Bale says Lee. Oh, he's fantastic. I just wish I VC'd him, because that could be costing me a fair few points this week. Hello, Daddy, says Paige. There you go. Ground fault tickets are under $500, says Andrew. Well, that'd be good if they're under 500. But obviously, then it's like you got to get the flights and stuff there as well, which they can sometimes be a bit pricey. I haven't even looked at what the prices are for flights, but maybe what I'll have to do is maybe this week we got to book the flights, and if the Crows don't make it, I'll just sell them off to someone that wants to go to the grand final. 39 touches a ruckman is crazy, says Lee. Oh, it's insane. How the hell he got 39 touches was ridiculous. But I wish he got the 40. Buddy Errol bloody gave him the cold shoulder down the wing. And Errol said if he knew he would have handballed, but he didn't know near the end of the game. It was disappointing. It would have been good to see Grundy get 40 touches, but yeah, I'm probably lucky he didn't go 180, to be honest. That was a game where he could have gone massive. Day travel for you, isn't it, Bale, says Nathan. What do you mean, Nathan? What do you mean? Cool, I've caught up to the chat there. Let's refresh. Any late adjustments at all? Doesn't look like it. Well, there's Jason, Gary, Jared, and Anthony, because we can't call them Chief, Gaz, Jared, or bloody Hutto. So I think didn't they go back on that Fox Footy as well? Isn't it now you can call them nicknames? I just found it. Yeah, I think they did. I found it crazy that was even a thing for even a few days. Like, seriously, people refer them with nicknames. What is the issue with them being referred to as nicknames? Just don't get it. Bales, what's more urgent for next week? 2 rooks up to Whitfield, gets McCarthy off field, or Daniel and Rankin to Jezza and Myers? I think probably Daniel and Rankin to Jezza and Myers, to be honest. You're getting 2 upgrades. But then again, Whitfield's such a good option. Rose got North. So it's what do you want? Do you want Whitfield, Daniel and Rankin? Or McCarthy, Jezza, and Myers? I think any other week it would be different, but because they're playing Essendon, I think you go for the Geelong forwards to get the upside, but it's a tricky one. It's a really bad kick from Moore there. There's Zorko +6. Ashcroft. We're up to 50 likes as well, so we are halfway there. So we'll see if we can get there from here. I dropped out of the top 100, says Tim. Oh, you've probably had less players play, Tim. I'm sure you'll still be around the mark, so I wouldn't be stressing. I don't really look at ranking too much until the end of the round, because you might have extra players than others. I would just look at what you are at the end of the round, Tim, and see where you are. There's Dunkley with a handball. McCluggage kick. And that'll be a mark to Hipwood. This is looking like if Brisbane put this through, it's a 25-point margin. It's going to be pretty hard for Collingwood to come back from here. Not saying they can't, because there's still plenty of time, but it'd be interesting. And it would be, I wouldn't mind, because it would mean that the Crows are actually on top for the first time this year. With Jezza and Myers, I'd still be running McCarthy on field, and he has the Crows next week, says Haz. Well, like, so has the safer play is Whitfield, right? It just depends if you want the upside of Jezza and Myers instead of Daniel and Rankin. But so it depends. Do you want Whitfield, Daniel and Rankin, or do you want McCarthy, Jezza and Myers? That's what it comes down to. I've got 11 players less, says Tim. I think that's a fair few, Tim. Also, Whitfield has North next week, says Has. Yeah, so if you want to go for that option, you can definitely go for it, right? You upgrade McCarthy, you get in Whitfield, it's fine, right? Again, just depends which combo you want. Tim, that's half your team, says Nathan. So, side bottom getting in the way of Dacos again. There's a handball for Josh Dunkley. And kick out into Hipwood again. So Collingwood are just not playing very well at the moment. They're just letting Brisbane do what they want. And they're making too many mistakes. I have a sad feeling that it will be Lions Pies grand final. They play twice in finals, says Tim. Well, at the end of the day, I don't really mind who's there on grand final day, but part of me does want a couple of different teams, just because Brisbane and Collingwood have been there so often, even in my lifetime, right? Like, they're only a few grand finals early in the 2000s. Obviously, they had the one a couple of years ago. It's a bit of it's a stupid kick from Hipwood. I don't rate Hipwood at all. I think he is a very, very average footballer getting paid a decent amount of money. Like, what does he do? He has one. He's essentially just a left-footed version, in a way, of Mason Cox, and he just takes the bloody contested mark there. Of course, he does. As soon as I'm saying that, but he doesn't do a lot. He has games where you look like he's going to be a great player, and then he just goes missing for weeks on end. And Mark from Rayner. Don't you want Crows to win? I do want the Crows to win, Tim. I've got 6 play for tomorrow's game, says Andrew. Sidebomb never gives it to Nick. Says Lee, just realised I've got 8 St Kilda players in my team, bench included. Yeah, right. There's a few. Hawks, Pies, they're Brisbane City with big games next week. Yeah, well, because if the Hawks lose, they're probably the ones that are really vulnerable of missing finals. If the Pies lose, then all of a sudden they might be at risk of dropping out of the top 4. Because then they got the Crows a week after, and that'll be a big game in itself. And yeah, Sydney are no pushover. Sydney will definitely be going to play Brisbane, wanting to win that game. So that'll be very, very interesting. And Schultz had Nick Dacos short as well, and he's gone long to a contest. Why? And it's going to work. It's going to maybe work out. But no, Brisbane have got it again. Yep, of course. That's like the 4th or 5th time tonight I've seen Brisbane go to a contest instead of kicking to the short. Collingwood instead of going the short option, they go long. It just doesn't make sense. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. They're not using, and I feel like they're not using Nick a lot tonight. I know he still had his 20-odd touches, but I felt there's been a lot of times that Nick has offered leads and been available, and Collingwood have actually ignored him in a way, which is very unlike Collingwood. Normally, they give to him in every opportunity. But I felt they've ignored him a fair bit tonight. There you go. Maynard again, slapping away from Dacos and going to the ruckman again. Like, there's Nick with a handball. Go long is what I keep on saying, says DJ. Who's your MVP in Cup ranking, says Tim. I don't really have an MVP, Tim. I guess we'll just see who takes out the Patreon Cup. How set are you on trading McCurcher out over Daniel Bale, says Has. I'm not set on it. I've got it there at the moment because I really want Sinclair, right? But if I see McCurcher warming up with the defenders tomorrow, then I'm likely to probably keep him. There's Pendles. I need 4 more touches? 5 more touches? Fingers crossed. Of course, I changed my tip from Brisbane to Collingwood as I thought those ins went Collingwood. Yeah, no, I went Collingwood as well, Corey. I think a lot of people would have gone Collingwood. Being at the MCG as well, the ins, there's a Dunkley tackle. I said it before. Will Merritt to Cameron and Stilton aside. Ticks Bales went for what you said in your team review. Who will you trade? Daniel to Cameron. They're ticks for me, Will. I like those trades. Yep, they get ticks from me. And who we trade Daniel to Cameron, if not Colby. So I'm going Colby to Sinclair. It would just be changing that trade and going Daniel to Myers. I'd be getting Myers, I think, instead of Jeremy Cameron. It'd be one of those two, though. If I went Jezza, I'd have more money. But I feel like I probably want Myers in next week. I could go Jeremy Cameron, right? Against Port. So maybe that upside play there that I'm looking for. But one of those two would be the ins, I think. Schultz and Long going for it, and Schultz gives it straight back to Jasper Fletcher. And then Zorko with a kick. Collingwood are not playing very well at the moment. Brisbane are playing well, and Collingwood aren't. Good kick from McCluggage there. Is that Logan Morris? Yep. With Max Heath coming in, do we still hold Roma or move him on because his sitting's gone? I'm not trading him. I wouldn't be trading him. There's Pendle's intercept mark. I wouldn't be trading him. I'd be holding Marshall because even with Heath in the team, you'd think that he'll still go well. There's Josh Dacos with a +5. I think Nick's on the bench for his last break for the game, I would imagine. I was going to go Granny VC, but you said that they might rest him and Laddams was playing, so I went Dacos VC, says Will. Will, I did the exact same thing. So I told you that, but I also did that exact same thing as well. I was worried that Laddams being in against the Bombers, if Sydney were up, they'd share the ruck a bit more. I was worried about that, so I didn't want to go him as VC because I thought that'd be a bit of a waste of just getting a 110. So I thought, well, I'll go Dacos who's got the ceiling, if not, go Nasai. So I'll have, unless Dacos goes absolutely ballistic in the last 12 minutes when he comes back on, I'm going to have Nasai captain tomorrow, which will be fun, I guess. But just be interesting to see. Oh, Bobby Hill! What a mark! What a mark. He was sitting down getting attention from the trainer, and he must have maybe got winded or something. He's got back up and taken a hanger. What a mark. Well, Will Ashcroft kicked it on top of, was it Zorko? Yeah, on Zorko's head. It's a great mark. Not mark of the year or anything, but that's a great mark. This could be what gets Collingwood real up and going potentially for the back half of this quarter. And, he snuck it home. He stabbed at it. He snuck it home. Goal for Bobby Hill. And Collingwood are back well and truly now. 15 points. It's a big moment in the game, that one. Bad turnover from Will Ashcroft, unfortunately. So what do we got? Dunkley, 99 as well, going well. 27 touches, only the 6 tackles and only 2 marks. So still going well. Will Ashcroft, 94. Lockie Schultz, 91. McCluggage, 90. Josh Dacos on 90 as well. Nick's on 84. So, yeah, I just don't think I'll be taking Nick as the VC. He's had a lot of touches, but just no 1 tackle and only 4 marks is just not going to get it done as a VC. Zorko must be, Zorko 63, so he's going okay. What's Pendle's up to? 17 touches. I just need 3 more touches from, 3 more touches from Josh Dacos, Nick Dacos, and Pendles. And I'll get that multi will hit. So just 3 touches from those Collingwood guys. Here we go. Hop Collingwood win, says Collingwood. Says Corey, not Collingwood. There's Josh Dacos in the CBA there. Collingwood know they need to try and win the game from here, so they pull that lever of Josh into the midfield. There's Membry. Oh, it's not a great kick. Marked by Zach Bailey. How long left says Will? Got 11 minutes. Still over 11 minutes to go, so still plenty of time. Bad mark, to be honest, about says Will. Oh, it's a good mark. It's a good mark. Oh my God, Pies are doing that thing. Damn it, says Has. Yep, I know they do it a lot. Oh, not a great kick. Will Ashcroft does well there. There's Zorko. Zorko had a couple of important touches. Maynard. Is that a free kick to Logan Moss? Oh, Rainer's taken advantage. Has he missed it? No, he's kicked it. He is very, very lucky that he's kicked it. And Rainer's given it to one of the fans there. Rayner is very, very lucky that he kicked that there. Kicked a miracle from the boundary because he took the advantage when he shouldn't have. Don't know what happened there. That was quite funny with the Rayner with the... So that gives Brisbane a good advantage again. I have no internet, so the game keeps cutting in and out, says Will. I think the internet for a lot of people has been funny today because it's been funny for me as well. We're up to 50 likes as well. Still need 50. I don't think we're going to get there, so I think the streak's broken. I feel like I'm broken with that now. Dunkley ton on Davey, says Nathan. Yep, nicely done, mate. He's been good tonight. After the first quarter as well. He was bad for the first quarter, only 16 points, but since then, got it done up to 102. So, very happy. Josh Dagos up to 93 as well. So, my team would be going really well if I just had Grundy VC. If I had him VC, my team would be going well. I'd be pretty happy with how it's going. So, Nick Dagos is at half back at the moment. There's Josh again. Got tackled without it. Or is it going to roll through? No, Maynard. Oh, he fell over. There's Morris. Morris ducked for that. How was he paid that? Oh, you're kidding me. That is not a free kick. Oh, that is bullshit. That is such bullshit. Morris has ducked for that. That is the most obvious one, and he's right there, and he's called it. Oh, these umpires. Piss off, you bloody bunch of yellow maggots. Seriously. And Morris kicks the goal. Seriously. Why do these umpires have to ruin the game every single week? Absolute dickheads. It is the most obvious ducking that you can get, trying to shrug the shoulder and get the high free kick. You cannot pay that. Oh my God. Throwing their head back, it was so obvious as DJ. Exactly. You cannot pay that. Houston's having a mare, says Troy. I don't think he is. I think he's got actually quite unlucky with those two. Zach Bailey ducks his head, gets the free kick paid against him, and then that happens there. I think the game's done now. Collingwood need 5 goals to win the game. Seriously. So what's your thoughts on Mills, Bell, says Lee? Yeah, Mills is fine. Getting it done. You can still trade him, though. He's not top 6, but he's fine. Let's hope Naz goes 150 for me on debut finally, says Will. Oh, I hope so, mate. Pairing with a kick. Zorko, that's holding the ball. Good tackle by Schultz. Really good tackle by Schultz there. There's Pendles with a handball. Josh Dacos with a kick. It's a good kick to side bottom. Yep, side bottom will line up. Hoping for Junkley time, says DJ. Fact, never rule out Collingwood, says Will. Yeah, no, agreed. But Brisbane shouldn't be losing it from here. If they're up by 5 goals, or Collingwood kick 5 goals, they shouldn't be losing. Doesn't mean that they won't, but yeah, Dacos 2-point quarter, says Lee. Yep, no, he's been shit. He was on track for a good score, and he's done nothing. He's still on 84, and he's been on 84 for a while. Josh Davis on 93. He should be on 96. He got that. He got a kick before. Dunkley 104 as well. Side bottom goal. Bad umpiring, says Andrew. Oh, got that right. Awful umpiring. And normally it's going Collingwood's way, but it's actually the other way around this time. Like, great tackle from Schultz. Arguably the perfect tackle. Like, Zorko wanting to try and... yes, Josh Davis definitely got the kick here. What do you got? 8.5 minutes to go. Yeah, so still 50 likes, yeah. So I don't. If you haven't liked it yet, please do. If we got any little bit of hope of getting 100, but I don't think we're going to. I do like this, Nick and Josh in the CB8. Says Lockie Neal with a handball. Still need Nick Dacos to get 3 touches and Josh, I think, to get 1 or maybe 2. And then need Pendles to get 2 more as well. Still 8 minutes to go. Plenty of time. There's Josh Dacos. Go short to Nick. Jeez, another time when they've just ignored Nick Dacos. I don't understand. There's a tackle for Zorko. Morris is overrated, says Will. I don't think he is. I think Morris is good. I like Logan Morris. He's a good player. What is it? So Josh needs 1 more. Everyone else says, so Josh needs 1 more. Pennells needs 2. Nick needs 3. Jeez, it's almost like Nick Dacos is the one I'd actually need to get it there. Still plenty of time. 21 points. Collingwood need probably at least the next 2 in the next probably 3 minutes, you'd say. 3-4 minutes, just to give them enough time. There's Neil, there's McCluggage, Berry. Brisbane have got players everywhere. That was Morris again out the back. Thought he might have was going to take the mark there. I'd argue Morris is underrated, if anything. Yeah, I could probably almost agree with that one, actually. Caddy's the overrated one. I think Morris and Caddy are closer together. I think people rate Caddy a lot more than Morris, but I think they're very, very close. I still have Thilthorpe and Darcy as the top 2. And you could argue that Darcy's number 1, Thilthorpe's number 1. I think they're both really, really good. Pendles handball, Josh Dacos handball. So that means Pendles needs 1 more. Josh has hit. And I need Nick to have 3 more touches. That was soft by Nick Dacos. What are you doing? You've got to lay the tackle or get the ball. One of the two. And he did neither. He just went up to try and get the ball. And that's the thing that people give Nick Dacos a bit of heat for, is that he doesn't really get many of those contested one-on-one possessions. There's Josh Dacos plus 6, so there'll be a ton for Josh Dacos. We'll take that. Now I need bloody Nick to get a ton. He's still an 84. Wait, Josh Dacos has surely tonned up, hadn't he? He was on 96, and then he got the plus 6 there. So maybe they just haven't had that kick that he got from the plus 6. Elliot, that's a good mark over Starcevic. No, that'd be a free against Bobby Hill. Launched too early. Rayner getting up, says Andrew. I don't think that Dacos has had a stat this quarter. No, he hasn't. No, still on 84. Statless. No, before when he kicked 5 goals in a row, everyone was hyping him up. He is good, but not as good as people think, says Will. It's fair enough. Yep, fair enough. It's obviously opinions, right? Nagos has been underwhelming, says Will. Oh, 100% he's been very underwhelming. There's Pendle, so he's hit as well. I just need Nick to get 3 more touches, and I've got my bloody multi hitting. And Sidebottom saw Nick and ignored him again. So they're ignoring Nick a lot at the moment. Yeah, Jacob's missing plus 3, says Has. It looks like Wilmot's playing on Dacos, says DJ. There's Dean inboard to Houston. Oh, what an awful handball to Josh Dacos. Houston's having a man. Like, I know he's given those free kicks away that probably shouldn't have been, but that handball there to Josh Dacos set him up. He tackled straight away. Well, that won't be a tackle for Nick Dacos because the ball went to a Brisbane player. He could have had 3 or 4 tackles if he actually tackled properly, but it's just been little crap efforts. Why is Nick getting burnt, says Has? I don't know. He's been burnt all night tonight, but I have faith in the side. The Messiah, says Will. Yeah, what happened to Houston All-Australian version, says Will. Yeah, he's been pretty shit for Collingwood this year, to be honest. Certainly not been the player that I think people thought Collingwood were getting. I think he's still a good player, but just hasn't really done much, to be honest. Where's Dunkley? Dunkley's been someone again that... Has he been stuck on the bench again? Because I don't see him. And this would be the time when you want Dunkley on the ground. That'd be a tackle for Zorko, I think. I honestly think Nick Dacos is going to cost me that bonus bet, I reckon. I don't think he's going to get the 3 touches. He could get them off of the, literally in quick succession, right? But at the moment, he's had no touches in the quarter, and I still need him for 3 more touches at least. Because I'm not taking him as VC now. That's gone. So now I just need to get 3 more touches. Jordan Dawson has it in the bag, says Nathan Thomas. Talking about the Brownlow. Well, yeah, Nick Douglas won't have 3 votes this round. He won't get one. He won't even get one, I don't think. And Dawson gets 3. So that means that he's caught up again. Here's Will Ashcroft. Here's Zach Bailey. That'll be a goal. And that'll put the game to bed. Brisbane are going to win against Collingwood. Crows are going to be top of the table. Should have tipped Brisbane for that reason. Dunkley bench for 6 minutes. He should come back on now. Naz Smokey. He could be if he gets a lot of 3 votes, but it was $51 for the Brownlow, says Will. He should have went to the Blues. Houston would have helped. Oh, yeah, he would have been a good option for fantasy and probably would have helped Carlton a lot. As a Port fan, Joe Richards is better, says Will. Oh, not than Logan Morris. Nah, Will. I think Joe Richards had a good year for Port, but he's not better than Logan Morris. They're different players as well for a start. Collingwood could be out of the 4, says Corey. Maybe. Yeah. Well, they've got the Crows in a couple of weeks at Adelaide Oval by the end of the year. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. This is a big result for Brisbane. This has certainly kept them right up there. And Collingwood have blown a chance at home. Then Houston Bales like in trade, not Morris. Oh, okay. Sorry, Will. Yeah, fair enough. Yep. I don't think I'm going to get multi. I reckon my multi is going to fall short because of Nick Dacos. Which I wouldn't have thought that at the start of the night. Darcy Moore long. You'd think that, it's funny that Collingwood have not looked to get Nick in the game at all. This is there's Dunkley for a +6. It's a really, really poor quarter from Nick Dacos, but also his teammates have not helped him at all. Not looked to get him in the game whatsoever. And here you go. Brisbane will chip around. They'll try and waste a little bit of time. No, I'm not going to get it. I reckon Nick's done. I reckon he's not going to get to the 30 touches. And this is why people keep, people that don't like Dacos keep saying, they're like, can he do it against the best teams? Like he went against Freo last week, but we don't know if they're a top 4 team. I still think Nick Dacos is one of the best players in the comp, but I don't know. There's just obviously that question, can he do it against these best teams? Nick Reece struggles against the big body mids. That's what I more mean, Mark, is that when it comes against the big body mids like your Dunkleys and stuff like that, he doesn't have good games. But when he's got a free run and not a big body mid, there's Nick with a handball. Finally, his first touch and he turns it over. There's Nick for another handball. So I need one more touch for Nick Dacos, fun enough. Here's Josh, who keeps getting it done. No, DJ Nick clear. Nick goes missing when the intensity goes up, says Troy. Perfect time to sign after you carry your team to biggest 3/4 time comeback of all time. Will Ashcroft better than Nick Dacos already has Norm Smith in Premiership +1 goal of the year, says DJ. Apart from that 85-point quarter, Jacos always looks so good at 3/4 time and then barely scrapes to a ton. Says Has. I think he's done okay in the last quarter, right? I think he's still mid, I think he's up 105, I think. There's Dunkley with a kick. He's up to 113, so it's a good score, right? Going along nicely. I just need Nick for one more disposal. Nick's only on 92. They paid a tackle for something earlier. I'm not sure exactly how he got that tackle, but 92. It'd be good if he could just ton up at least. But Dunkley's up to 110 as well in a tough matchup. And good to see Josh does with the 113. I'll tell you what, I'll be slightly disappointed if I don't get this one last touch from Nick Dacos. All he needed was, 4 touches in the last quarter? And he's had 3. Part of me hopes this is a goal for Marshall, actually. No, out in the fault. Josh Taylor says, Moon Boy, Moore and Houston need to run the 2, says Mark. I lost my tip for this game, says Andrew. Yeah, I did as well. If someone gets a goal, he'll get 1 more touch from clearance. There's Zorko with a kick. But now Morris is going to take 30 seconds off the clock. So what do you need a touch for, says Mark? I'll put I had bonus bet from Bet365 that I had to use by Monday. So I put one on this game, and I need 1 more touch from Nick Dacos to use. So I spent like $30 of the dollars because I need to use the 200. So I did $30 for each game. I need Nick Dacos for 1 more touch, and I get $112. Score check. What's part of this round, says Stu? I'm not sure. Crows get too much love in SA. No, they don't, mate. Pride of South Australia, mate. So, and Will, yes, I know you're a Port fan. Well, if this is a goal, he could get the clearance. Jeez, Morris has missed that. I don't think Nick's going to get it, to be honest, out in the full. According to Crows fans and Crows people like Rowie and Roo, they've already won the premiership. Oh, no, they're excited. And they haven't said they've won the premiership, right? They're just excited. Yeah, Charlie, here we go. Can you go to Nick? Go to Nick. Markov, go to Nick. 1 second left. No, I reckon I'm going to miss out. I reckon I've missed out, unfortunately, by 1 Nick Dacos disposal. And Brisbane win. Fell 1 Nick Dacos disposal short. Unbelievable. I never get lucky. Funny enough, I never get lucky. And people say, why don't you spend more on multis and stuff? That's why I don't. Because I'm not the guy that gets lucky with the multis and that. I'll be the guy that will fall 1 disposal short. 1 player won't do it, so... He might get a kick out if Morris misses, says Mark. Nah, all done. Nick a bit off tonight. Nick was shit tonight. He had an okay first half, but I always felt like he just wasn't quite going to get that ceiling score tonight. So I've cost myself a VC of 150, and now I'm relying on the side tomorrow to get the job done. He'll come out to Fortnum final time, says Will. Any watchalongs tomorrow, Bale, says Moonboy. Nah, not tomorrow. Nah, we don't normally do watchalongs on Sundays. I'm out as well tomorrow, watching the footy with Louis, Rowan, and a couple other people. So, Crows top though, Bales, look at the positive. Oh yeah, no, Troy, I'm happy with that, right? I guess I'm just frustrated. I wish I just had 1 more Nick Dacos disposal, so I got $100. That would have been nice, but unfortunately, I'm not quite the guy that gets lucky like that. But let's go through the scores. McCluggage 119, top scored, very good. I had him VC in a draft league that I'm in a final for, so that's really happy. Really good for that. Josh Duncan, who had captain in the league, in a draft league, but also classic, 113. Josh Dacos, 113. Lockie Neal, 112. Will Ashcroft, 112. Sidebottom, 101. Then Schultz, Rayner, 99. Morris, 96. Pendles and Nick Dacos, 92. Cameron, 91. Zorko got to an 80. Levi got 71 with 22 touches. Solid from him. Crisp 66. I've got him in a few draft leagues. Ned Long got a 50, and I had him in a draft league. The league I had Dunkley captain, so that's just 9 disposals and 8 tackles. Sorry, Tom Mitchell would have done much better than Ned Long there. So I'm sorry. That is a shit effort. 50 points. That is crap. To go 37, obviously a very managed game time in his first game back. Houston 25. Wow, that's very, very bad. And there you go. So, my fantasy team's going okay, but as I said, if I just had bloody Grundy VC, I'd be on for a pretty big score, I think, at the moment. Actually, you put the C with Grundy without the VC, I'll take it anyway. So, Steve, mate, very, very nicely done. Naz in pod, +3. I've already read the scripts as well. Oh, well, if he gets close to Grundy, he'll get the +3, that's for sure. The Messiah will go 200, says Has. I hope so, but we'll have to see. Trading out Zorko to Ash this week yielded an extra 55 points. Nicely done, mate. That's a good trade there. I like that one. Zorko to Ash, very good trade. I'm showing current overall rank of 999. He'll go 120 minimum. Naz says, Will. I hope he does, but yeah, could be the first time this year I have a sub-100 captain. Let me have a look at what I am in terms of score. We're on 56 likes as well, so I think I said that while I gave up that we're not going to get there. So if people want to prove me wrong, we need 44 likes to end the night. So if anyone hasn't liked it, has got a second account, third account, wants to smash a like, please do, but I just don't think we're going to get there. Is that? I believe... Oh, no. I was going to say, I think that's only Josh Dacos' second score in between 110 and 120 this year. But yeah, 113, good. He had a couple of 80s against Carlton and Freo, but has gone over 100 in most other games, Josh Dacos. So going along nicely. Another good ton there. But yeah, Nick Dacos with the 92. That's really disappointing. Still had 29 touches, just didn't do much else, to be honest. And he played 92% game time as well and didn't do anything. So yeah, disappointed. But yeah, Josh Dunkley, good again. 113. Definitely take that. Back-to-back scores of 112, 113. Pretty happy with that as a trade-in. Only 6 tackles as well tonight to get there, but he had 31 touches. So really, really good. Low game time, 76%. Got stuck on the bench twice. So that score could have been even bigger for those that have got him. So 1148 from 11. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I've got 11. I could have just said 11 because I had 11 play. So I've got 11 to come plus captain. So I guess we'll see where we can go from here. Who have we got? Naz captain, Sheasel, Sinclair, Holmes, Brayshaw, Rosie, Marshall, Baz, Jackson, Parker and Daniel. Unless I reverse a trade and keep McKercher and then Daniel will go to Jeremy Cameron or Brian Myers. Probably Myers for the safer play, but could be either or. Yo, Crow's top of ladder says DJ. Yep, no, very, very happy with that. Up to 60 likes as well. Andrew, have Nash, have Naz and Marshall and Holmes, Baz, Rosie, McRae, Carl Warner to play. Spruce Moose, Nakos goes missing in the fourth again in a tough game. Yeah, it's happened a few times as well. Just doesn't get it done. I'll do a $5 super chat if Naz goes sub 100, says Will. I don't want to even be willing into existence of him going sub ton, to be honest. Finally, Dacos didn't score massive on me again. Now the decision for next week to bring in Nick or Smith. I brought in Tim Kelly a few weeks ago. It's paying out this week with a 93. Yeah, he's sold this week. I'm on 11.37 with 11 to play with Nasai captain. So I'm 11 points ahead of you, Calum, and I got Nasai captain as well. So it'll be interesting to see what we're probably on for a similar week. Really, it's only been Petrarca and Tom Green that have been really disappointing for me so far. It's just annoying I didn't put the V. If I had the VC on Grundy, I'd be flying. What would that be? I'd be on 12.98 with 11 to come. I'd be on track for 2,400. So if Nasai can go close, then great. But well, I guess we'll have to find out tomorrow, right? So good night, Bales. Thanks again for the Watchalong entertainment. Thank you, Moonboy. Appreciate it, mate. I think that the streak has been broken as well, unfortunately. 61 likes. We only got about 30 odd watching, so I just don't think it's going to be 100. But that's fine. Streak was really good, though. We got to around 20 at least. So it was a big streak of 100 likes. And we went from only having 10 people watching last year, on Watchalongs to then getting up to 30, 40. And now we're getting a heap of people, including a lot of likes. So appreciate everyone's support. I got Kisswood ranking 40-point last quarter. Another week rotting. He was good in last quarter. Cannon Fife, do you have Butters and McKercher as well? I got Sinclair and Marshall to go big tomorrow. No, I don't have Butters. And I'm trading McKercher at the moment. But whether I keep him or not is going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I reckon that'll probably do us for the watch long. 63 likes. Yeah, I just don't think we're going to get to the 100, unfortunately. So I'm happy to say we've had a good streak. Maybe next year we can try and do it each week and try and get every watch long to 100 likes. There. Will on 1,002. Have Nasai, Captain, Holmes, Rosie, Sinclair, Sheasel, Brayshaw, Butters, Colby, Marshall, Myers, Smith, Cameron. 1376 with 10 to left, says, Jesus, Will. DJ, that's a massive score, I think. Because I got 11. Have you, unless you have your captain played already, then maybe if you had your captain played, then maybe I'm not too far behind. But yeah, I should be, like at the moment, I'm still on track for over 2,300. Probably need a good Nasai captain and some good scores to get to 24. But Susan, yeah, thanks for Watchalong Bales. Enjoy watching the footy tomorrow. See you next week. Thank you, Susan. And then Nathan Thomas with a super chat. Thank you, Nathan, mate. Very much appreciated. Thanks, Bales. Have a great night. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciated. We've got a few super chats tonight, actually. How many did we get in the end? Got a few. Not a few normal than what we get in Watchalongs. We don't normally get many super chats in Watchalongs. We actually got none in the pre-lockout chat, obviously because it was a shorter one and a quick one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 tonight. Very much appreciated the super chats there. If anyone else wants to leave a super chat, feel free. We are wrapping up anyway right now. So if you'd like to leave one in, you got probably about a minute or so to leave one if you'd like to. If you'd like to shout me a coffee, shout me a pint tomorrow when I'm watching the footy. Don't know why the chat's not loading now. It's just stuck on the super chat bit. Have to close it and then open it back up again, I reckon. Yeah, we'll close it and open it back up again. Usually more people watch on Thursday, Friday for some reason. Guess people are out on Saturday, says Has. Yeah, it's a good point. Yep. Andrew said, I captain Marcus Bontempelli. Steve-O, I'm on 13.92 with 10 left. Players are looking quite good with Grundy C. Yeah, so I'd be close as well to those scores if I'd Grundy captain, which is disappointing because I'd be really happy with how the team's going. But yeah, unfortunate. Will McRae be subs as Caleb? Potentially, just something you got to watch out for. But yeah, there is a chance he is. Yep. Alrighty, well, I think that'll do us for a watch on. We got to 60 likes at least, so we still got over halfway, which is good. So appreciate everyone that tuned in once again. We'll be live obviously tomorrow afternoon. I think it'll be 8:30 Eastern, 6:30 Perth time, doing the round review as we always do. Tim Ashworth, can you do me a favour and do a Cats watch on, says Tim. I appreciate the super chat, Tim. Very much appreciate it. That makes it, 7 for the watch song. Unfortunately, I won't be home tomorrow to do one anyway, unfortunately. So that'll score a lot of teams if McRae subs as will. When's AFLW starts, says Andrew. A couple of weeks. I think it's less than 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks from Thursday. So very, very close before it starts. Let me have a look. I'll just get the date up for you. 14th of August. So not this coming week. The following week is when AFLW starts. So round 23. Look forward to it, says Has. Actually, yeah, that's going to be interesting. How are we going to do the... Because I just realised that. How are we going to do pre-lockout chats for the men's and then for AFLW? That's going to be interesting. May we have to do a Wednesday night show maybe as like a pre-lockout chat for the first couple of weeks. That's right. We'll figure it out anyway. So, can't the power? We have no chances. Will. Thanks, Bales. Have a great Sunday. Thanks, Will. You too. Cheers, Bales and all. Thank you, Troy. But yeah, that'll do us for another watch on. But appreciate everyone that tuned in as always. As I said, back tomorrow night for our round review as always. Yeah, good luck tomorrow, guys. Hope you guys smash out a big score. Hopefully, Nasai can go big for us. Because I've got him #1 captain. He's my captain tomorrow. Hopefully, he can go and put up a score so I don't lose too many points from Grundy. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for another round review. So, can't believe I moved the C from Grundy to Naz last second. Need Naz to go huge, says Kent. Yep, Kent, I moved the VC off of Grundy to go to Dacos. So, I'm pretty annoyed at that. I wish I went the VC on Grundy and left it there. But yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. So, but yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a round review. So thanks everyone. Have a good night. See ya.